good to be Heath Slater. Everybody likes me, cause I'm Heath Slater. Do-do-do-do-do. Look at me, I'm wrestling a match. Oh, I hate you, Heath Slater!
Oh yeah, it's Clobberin time!
Hey.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the third edition of It's Clobberin Time. As always, I'm Johnny. With me is LT Dangerous Pea Pants.
Hello. Hey, that's not my name.
And Slip Q Slippington.
I hate TNA.
And the song that you're listening to right now is I Hate You, Heath Slater by Shining Wizardo. Fucking awesome guy. We love that motherfucker. And if you haven't already, go check out shiningwizardo.com. You can see the link right on the stream here. Buy his music. He's great, and he makes awesome songs, and we love them. So give him money so he can make more songs that we can enjoy. But yeah, a very interesting week in wrestling, I guess you could say.
Very hate-filled week.
A fucking very upsetting week. We have a lot to talk about here tonight, guys. So I guess we can get right into it. I mean, seeing as we started off with that song, I think appropriately we can start off with the story that Heath Slater was suspended this week.
It turns out that Slaters are not gonna slate.
Yeah,
for 30 days.
We found out earlier this week that he was suspended, and then something came out about him failing the wellness test because of fake marijuana. Now, some of you guys know, supposedly in WWE, if you get caught with marijuana in your system, all you have to do is pay I guess all you do. I mean, it's a good chunk of money, $2,500. You get a fine, but you don't get suspended. So I guess Slater is, like, fuck it, and he went with the fake stuff and got suspended for it. Supposedly, put out a message saying, calling out the Slater haters, which is pretty ridiculous. But what can you do? Heath Slater's gone.
It just amuses me that, knowing he would not get suspended for actual marijuana, he decided, you know what, I'm going to live life on the dangerous side. I'm going to go get some fake marijuana.
Yeah, of course.
Truly
very
proving
classy
Wade Barrett's
there,
point that he's an imbecile.
What was that, Slip?
Very classy picture there, Johnny.
What picture?
On the stream.
What? Huh? It's Heath Slater.
Wait a second.
Of course.
Oh my god.
The funny thing is, Heath Slater was on Superstars this week, and he actually didn't suck. We'll talk about that a little later when Slip.
This is off subject, but what a shitty tattoo.
That's fucking wrestling for you, dude. All wrestlers. There's maybe a handful of wrestlers that don't have shitty tattoos, man.
God, that's a
generally
shit
the ones that
tattoo.
don't have tattoos at all.
Yeah, exactly. So Sunday. TNA Bound for Glory, yes, and Bound for Glory is definitely what it was.
Before we get started,
okay, go ahead.
I just want to say,
Yes.
as much as I hate TNA,
Yes.
last week we made our guesses on the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, how did that go?
LT, when's the last time you watched TNA anyways, LT?
A long time ago.
Yeah, it shows. You got 5 right.
Which is fucking mind-boggling, in all honesty.
And you missed, how many? 1, 2, 3. You missed 5.
Oh, that's pretty alright.
You went even. Johnny, you only missed 3. And I only missed 2, meaning that I am the worst person in the world.
Wait. LT got 5 right and missed 5, but I got 6 and 3?
I don't know how to count.
LT got a fucking bonus match? What the hell? Was that only shown in England?
Yeah, I get a special match for being European.
You know, when we had
I got the
commercial breaks,
international
they showed a match from SmackDown 3
Yeah.
years ago.
And what was yours?
I don't remember.
You got 7. You got 7 and 2. Yeah, you got about 7 and 2 or 8 and 2 or some shit like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Whatever.
Either way, I am the worst person in the world because I did best in the prediction contest.
So when the show started, they said this is the biggest event of 2011. Oh yes, it is.
Not in the way they were hoping.
No,
Goodness, no.
So it starts off Aries and Brian Kendrick, a match that I was already expecting to be great. It was great. Fucking Aries is over in Philly. I mean, he has history here with ROH and all that stuff, but fucking hell, they love him.
Yeah.
Really fun match, back and forth and all. Typical. Not
kind of slow.
Yeah, when you think X Division, you're like, go. But they kind of paced it well. I think it went very well. Aries.
I was hoping, if they were going to do it a little more slower, they'd actually have a little more technicalness to
yeah.
Technicalness. That's technical speaking.
Yes, of course it is.
Technique, I think, is the word you're at.
Technicality, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Not much more to say about it, though. It was a fine match.
It was alright. It was the best match on the show.
Yeah, I believe it was. And then we move on to RVD and Lynn. Supposedly they have a storied...
Are we skipping around?
Are we? Because I took down notes on what I fucking paid attention to. What did I miss here?
I don't remember that being there, but it might have been.
I'm going in order of how I fucking paid attention. So
okay,
RVD Lynn. I know last week I said if it was an okay match, I was gonna say it was an okay match, and that's what it was. It was an okay match. It wasn't typical RVD ladder match. Nothing more, nothing less. It wasn't awful.
Just what you'd expect.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't awful. They fucked up a little bit, but.
Yeah, I agree with Sajoa. Full Metal Mayhem with barely any metal.
Yeah, exactly. There was a cool spot with the ladder, though. RVD was on the outside, like, grabbing a chair, and he had a chair set up, and there was a ladder, like, on the apron and in the ring. Lynn fucking drop kicks the side of it, and it, like, fucking slingshots into RVD's face. It was really fucking cool. Then the weird thing was, they said about a storied rivalry, and I understand that, they've wrestled a lot, but is that really a storied rivalry, as opposed to just, a storied... history.
Lots of fighting,
yeah, exactly. I don't, but you know what I mean, though.
I would call that a rivalry.
Yeah, I can see what
they had enough, and it was.
But is it storied? Is it storied though?
In 2011, not so much.
Yeah, okay, I got you. Crimson Joe and Matt Morgan.
So, anyways, the next match after that is.
TNA really ought to be paying attention to the fans with things like this. Like, it's okay to give somebody the Goldberg push if the fans are behind it. Mm-hmm. If the fans are going to boo the shite out of it, stop it immediately, seriously.
Just, nothing really much to it. I don't even know how long it went. It wasn't really that long, and Joe loses again.
Felt a lot longer than it was.
Joe fucking loses again. I'm not behind Crimson at all, man. I don't get it. I really don't.
By the way, Crimson won.
Yeah, of course. I don't get it, dude.
So how is Crimson undefeated and he didn't win the fucking Bound for Glory tournament?
I think he won and then Joe took him out. I think Joe injured him and that's why he was out of the tournament.
Oh,
because Joe, okay. I think Joe injured someone. I think that was the whole thing. Like Joe was beating the fuck out of everyone because he was pissed because he kept losing.
I hate TNA, but I don't hate it enough to give a damn about it.
Yeah, it's just. I don't know. I like Joe, and I understand, he's not really the talk of the town right now, but I would put him leagues above fucking Crimson. I just don't get it.
I think most people would.
Yeah, exactly. Bully Ray continues to be the fucking man. Fucking just... It's great because, Bully Ray, you expect him to go into Philly and everyone's gonna fucking love him.
He has lost some weight.
Dude, no shit, man.
He is... awesome.
He doesn't even look the same, dude. He's when he was doing his entrance, I was like, man, this is not the same guy.
No,
he must have had a
definitely.
twin. Yeah, you expect him to go into Philly and everyone's like, yay, EC dub and all. Fucking Bully Ray cuts his promo just shitting on Philly and saying,
yes.
He's like, I used you, I just wanted you I used Philly for money, my career was here, and I just took everything from you. And he's like, I'm from New York, and fuck you. And it was just fucking awesome. Dude, not only, I think he's the best heel in TNA, but he's one of my favorites going right now. And that's really, it's we've talked about this before, about how, just in an instant, guys can snap and become your favorite guys, but fucking, he's just top of the town, man. He's good shit. The Anderson match was fun with him and Bully Ray. I liked it. I liked it.
I know that Tiff's in here, and she'll probably kill me for saying this, but Anderson's just Anderson.
Yeah, but for what a hardcore match or Falls Count Anywhere, I think they did well.
It was all right.
I think they did well. It wasn't not 5, no 5 stars. This isn't a Zach Gowen match.
-5 stars.
This isn't a Zach Gowen match, but it was
We'll get to that later.
Yeah, we'll get on to Zach Gowen's 5-star class.
We got Zach Gowen in here later.
And you can tell how Philadelphia people are because some chick just threw a fucking beer at Anderson in the middle of the match. That's Philly for you. I liked it. I thought it was good. Then we go to
beers at Mr. Anderson.
I can't blame him really. I think it was because I think she did it. I have a feeling she did it because beer got on her from Anderson hitting Bully Ray with it. I believe that's what it was.
Oh.
And then she was like, "Oh, fuck you!" and then just threw the fucking beer on him.
Like
oh yeah. Not to mention,
he's a math teacher named Mr. Anderson, and the math teacher's a bigger asshole.
Not to mention the finish. Anderson going for the Kenton bomb he calls it off the top of the table.
Yeah.
Fucking. It looked like he hit it, but I don't think he hit it enough to break a table.
No, to be fair, like, there was this weird sort of moment, the split second after he jumped, and I was thinking, there's no way he's landing that. And, it's good to be right sometimes.
And then he hits
stay tuned to botchamania.com, you'll see it later.
Yeah, the slightest little bit more of an angle, or the slightest bit more to one side, and that would have been a broken neck, in my honest opinion.
Yeah. Candy Cane said, isn't that what put him on the sidelines the first time in WWE? I'm not sure. I wouldn't be surprised.
We were that close to Anderson having a broken neck?
Don't be
Did I miss something?
Don't be mean.
Damn it.
We cut to a backstage segment, Bischoff talking to his son, who is his referee. I didn't fucking know that. I think I read about it before, but then I forgot about it. Talking about
it wasn't important, but apparently it is. But
now it is. Yeah. They do a whole thing where Bischoff's like, "Oh, well, you gotta do the thing," and then Sting has gotta leave dead or whatever it was, and then a great fucking part. It stands out to me for the whole pay-per-view, surprisingly enough. They cut back to Taz and Tenay, and they are fucking shocked, like Jesus just came down in the ring and took a shit on the show. They cannot believe that this referee is Bischoff's kid. It's like they just found God. They were
the moment I saw this,
yeah,
I expected there to be gifs of everything, like Vader going, "Luke, I'm your father." Then it cuts to Tenay and Taz.
And like I am kind of shitting on it, but I kind of liked it in a way because just how they sold it. I was like, "Holy shit, this is a big deal." So it kind of felt important, even though it's not really. But like, it's just hilarious. Like if you can go back and check out the Bound for Glory, at least for that part, they are fucking like astonished, like beyond belief. And that's what I think of that. Chick match is Slip. What did you think? Because you're big on the women's
wrestling expert here.
Yeah. So what did you think of this match? Hold on. Before you get into that, this picture here is what TNA thinks of their women's division. And Taz went out of his way to fucking point this out too, which is even better.
VN backwards L. VN backwards L.
It looks like it has a ball sack hanging from it. Yeah, go. What did you think?
And it
looks
looks like the person in the beer money shirt in the background is taking a picture of themselves.
Oh my god, that is what it looks like. Yeah, go ahead. What did you think of this match?
It was okay.
Yeah,
there have been much worse women's matches.
That's kind of how I felt.
It was so slow.
It was boring. That's what there wasn't.
And the finish with Karen,
mm-hmm.
I was about to say Angle. Karen being the special ref, you knew she was going to get incapacitated.
Yeah.
Especially they had the backstage little segment where Tracy Brooks back there.
Exactly.
And so I knew, and I should have known when I did the picks, that Velvet was going to go over. They've been hinting at this for at least 6 months now.
Yeah.
So it's just they don't give any respect to that title anymore. It's changed hands probably 5 times in the last 6 months.
It's like, and as you said, I don't think it was a bad match per se, but it was just boring, and there wasn't really much going on in it. It was just go through the motions really, and
pretty much.
Velvet winning the belt, that's whatever. I mean,
Madison Rayne was awesome in it though.
Yeah, her and Karen's like shit with each other was fucking hilarious. I love that. Yeah, it's what can you really say? It's what it is, I guess.
It's killed LT apparently.
Yeah.
It's women's wrestling.
Damn. Yeah, but it's whatever.
You'd give a damn if Rosa Mendez was in the match.
Maybe. I can neither confirm nor deny these breasts. I mean, rumors.
Taz made a remark during the fucking match that Velvet Sky's outfit was very conquistador-like, which popped me huge.
Was that
like
uno or dos?
Yeah, it was fucking great.
Ole!
Yeah, yeah.
That's not El Generico.
just boring and slow. AJ and Daniels I Quit match. Man, I'm disappointed by this one.
So was I.
I was expecting a lot more. And I guess, I don't know, after having so many matches, I guess there's only so much they can do. But this one, man, it wasn't bad, but just...
The phone it in city.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, it was... The finish was dreadful. It's fucking hell, man. Like, Daniels is going out of his way to kill AJ. He's saying, "Oh, well, I'm gonna kill you now, and I'm gonna tell your wife. You said I love you." And then fucking AJ pulls the screwdriver out. I was like, "Oh no, I'm a pussy now." It's just, nah. I don't get it, man. I was looking forward to it because I didn't mind the angle. I understood it, and it was. John Enigma says, "When you see these guys go at it 100 times like these guys, what do you expect?" And yeah, that's a good point. But I don't know. I guess it's
expect a little bit more chemistry and creativeness.
It didn't go that long either. It didn't seem like that long of a match.
It felt like it was a long match.
But AJ. So AJ wins, right? AJ wins, and then you're like, okay, that's the end. And
end of the feud.
Yeah, and then because biggest pay-per-view, quote unquote.
Of course, blow off match.
Right, exactly. AJ wins, and then
for a while.
And then Daniels attacks him after the match. So we're gonna get more. Obviously, this isn't the end of the feud, which is.
It's going to be a literally decapitate your opponent match. That's going to be the end of their feud.
Seriously.
That's going to pop big. It's going to give him a rating of 1.2.
Fuck you. No, not AJ Lee. You motherfuckers.
Just stop immediately.
Clobberin time is over. No refunds.
Show's canceled. And then we have Jeff Jarrett calls out Jeff Hardy. One thing that I noticed, if you've watched TNA for the last couple weeks or so, every time Jeff Jarrett comes out, he's just cursing up a fucking storm during his entrance. He's telling the fans like "fuck you, motherfucker" and shit like that. Like next time you see it, watch it. But yeah, they have Jeff Jarrett comes out. He calls out Jeff Hardy and calls him out for his his no showing and all that stuff. And then they do a brawl thing. And this angle is making me want to like Jeff Hardy just because I like to hate Jeff Jarrett. And and maybe it has to also do with me hating Matt Hardy and Jeff being the lesser of two evils in some way. Jeff seems like he's I guess every time he seems like he's on his shit again, he fucks up. But I'm really hoping that this time it's like he's good and then no more of this nonsense. And as you can tell, how much everyone was into the angle. There was a D-Lo chant during it. D'Lo Brown getting the biggest pop of the fucking night. Which is funny because they did something with it on Impact with him and Al Snow. We'll get to that later, but they repeated the angle just this time with Al Snow and D'Lo pushing it. It's stupid. We'll get into it later, but so we get to Sting and Hogan.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, trust me. But they showed Dixie Carter in the crowd, like, looking like, just anxious and stuff, and then this fucking sign hits her in the head. Like, this dude next to her, this sign fucking plucks her in the head, and she turns to him and is like, come on. Like, and that sums up the whole match for me. It wasn't advertised as a wrestling match, so I guess we got what we expected.
It's a fight.
We got what we expected. It was the worst fight ever. If UFC sold that, they would have no buys.
I haven't seen anyone get spiked in UFC.
What was that? What was that in their hand?
A stapler.
What?
No, it wasn't.
Really?
I was about to say. It looked like a big fucking guitar pick. That's what I thought it was, but I'm like...
It was, put over as a spike.
Was it because for what I
mentioned it like once or twice.
For what I remember, they spent like half of the match trying to guess what it was. Yeah, someone thought it was a roll of quarters. Did any of you in the chat really know what it was? Because I was like, "What is that?" Like, I want to believe that this hurts, but I don't know what it is.
It was a Spike Dudley.
It looks like it looked like a fucking
Steiner's 11.
It looked like a guitar pick to me. I don't know. But yeah, and then the whole shtick at the end, Sting taps out and...
No.
No? Oh, not sorry. Hogan taps out. Sting tapped out.
Gotta be accurate, Johnny. God.
Sorry, because everyone cares about this match. Can you blame me for
dirt sheets?
Can you blame me for forgetting Jesus? Someone said it. Grizzly45 says it was a dildo.
I cannot blame you for forgetting Jesus. No.
Yeah.
Tanae and Taz cannot forgive you for forgetting Jesus.
Yeah, they were fucking astonished about Jesus. Yeah, Hogan taps out because and Bischoff's son is like, oh my god, I don't know what to do, and then he taps out, and then Immortal comes out, Sting and Hogan beat him up, and punch Hogan, and then they're all buddies again.
Brother.
Yeah, brother. They're brothers in brotherhood.
And then the dude and brother.
Mm-hmm. Jack.
And then I'm completely sick of the whole Hogan thing and the whole Sting angle.
It's okay. He won't show up on Impact.
But I did like the ending thing. I don't know. Just I guess the wrestling mark in me was like, oh, this is cool. Hogan and Sting buddies.
Hogan and that guy.
Yeah, Hogan and that guy. I guess.
This guy's thing.
I don't know. I liked it. But, what did you guys hate it? I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm alone here. I'm sure. Gee,
it's off topic again. Mm-hmm. Sting's jackets just get wackier every time I see
know
him.
He looks like fucking Ronald McDonald more than he does the Joker. It's crazy.
Very good comparison.
Yeah, man.
Those jackets don't get Wi-Fi.
But I
anymore.
think he's dropped the fucking mariachi. It's not the mariachi jacket anymore. I think they dropped that whole thing now. So whatever.
The insane icon, or
now,
is he?
Yeah. And now the main event, the match that was built up for how long was this Bound for Glory thing? Like 6 months.
The one that'll put butts in seats.
How long was it? Like 6 months? This fucking Bound for Glory series.
It's been going on for fucking ages.
I think I remember seeing the first match back in 1984.
Well, damn.
I remember seeing the first match in 1976, which is impressive because I wasn't born till 87.
Wow, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, so they spent 6 months or so, however long it was, building up Robert Reed.
I'll see if I can find it.
Building, and this guy's gonna be the champ. Getting the people to fucking believe, having him beat up, Daniels. I think it was Daniels and AJ and Kazarian, and fucking winning a fucking handicap match, and just building this guy up.
And of course, leading into the pay-per-view, Kurt Angle had acknowledged the fact that he was injured, and don't get me wrong. You should never sort of guess just because a wrestler's working hurt that's the way the match is or is not going to go. But
exactly.
Angle has a long history of injuries, and he also has a long history of pain medication problems. So getting him off the road when he's hurt, good.
Well,
so. Yeah. What happened?
This picture right here represents what TNA fucking thinks of Robert Roode. I don't know why. I don't know why they did. I mean, there's speculation on what happened, why the match went the way it did, but I don't know. Sometimes LOL they're cheats, but I mean, what we're talking about obviously is the rumor that
the story that's floated to the top is that Roode was going to go over, but Hogan decided Roode wasn't ready.
Yeah, exactly.
And politics things a little bit so.
Yeah. I mean, and it wasn't a bad match, I don't think. It's just the finish, man. What the fuck? Now, here's a picture of the finish. This is the finish right here. If you didn't see the pay-per-view, this is the finish right here. Now, not only... I'll note two things that are stupid about this. Not only is Robert Roode's hand under the rope, they don't acknowledge this fucking ever, by the way. I think they mentioned it on the pay-per-view, but then on Impact, they don't fucking say it at all. Second, how in the world is Angle holding the rope helping this pin?
It's more to the point. Referee see that from that angle.
Yeah, what? It was Earl Hebner, wasn't he? Wasn't it? As the ref, I think. Fuck Earl Hebner, man. And his blue fucking shoes. It's just what in the world? Roode mentioned the hand under the rope thing on Impact. Well, regardless, but it's still Jesus, man. So, match ends. Screwjob finish. Way to send the fans home happy on your biggest show of the year, right?
Yeah.
They couldn't have just had I'm assuming. Here's the weird thing. Okay, so Angle going over in a shitty way. You assume that means Roode is getting a title shot. But then on Impact, we're going to jump around, I guess. Impact, Kurt Angle says he had Hogan and Bischoff right like in the contract for the Bound for Glory match. He had right up that Rude can't get a rematch. So James Storm gets the rematch. So if that was going to be the thing, like, why fuck Rude like that if you're not going to give him another title shot? Like, just have, like, it's either you're going to fucking fuck him and give him another title shot, or just have Angle go over, and then we'll move on. Unless, I don't know. It's just, and then, you know, this picture here is how I felt at the end of the show. This was me sitting in my room at the end of this pay-per-view, just upset. I mean, and I'm not going to deny, I do like James Storm more than Robert Roode. Fucking, I do. But I was believing the hype. I was ready for a new champion, you know? And I'm sure a lot of people were.
Well, that's what we were saying last week.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
the company was ready for a new champion.
Yeah,
and well, I mean, hey, we've got one now.
Yeah.
But the way it's been achieved has devalued the belt.
Right, exactly. So after the pay-per-view, I'm sorry, not after the pay-per-view. I just want to bring this up now so we can get this fucking Hogan Bischoff rant out of the way, because we have to do it now. So after
this is the thing that fucked me off the most about it. Just this douchebaggery.
There's another snippet that we're going to talk about during Impact that Eric Bischoff says that's not about. It's about the same thing, but we're gonna talk about that later. After the big TNA taping, you know, as most of you know by now, James Storm winning the belt. Eric Bischoff posted on his Twitter, having a blast watching internet marks react, candy from a baby. And then Hulk Hogan tweeted, "Good morning, Hulkamaniacs. Can't wait for all the Rude fans." He spelled Rude wrong. "Can't wait for all the Rude fans that turned to haters to see the big picture. Thank God we still have real marks, HH."
What a pair of assholes.
I don't...
Things like that are exactly why Vince McMahon and Triple H and Stephanie McMahon will never have a Twitter account.
I can't understand...
Because they say one thing that's even slightly douchey...
Yeah.
And it's gonna come back to haunt them and bite them on the ass.
Yeah. I can't figure if... Because I have a feeling Bischoff's thing is half work and half not. But Hogan is a face. And he's shitting on people. Like, so he's just being a dickhead. Why do that? Why? Like, there's something, like, you know, the way it happened is fucking sucks. But there's a new champion, you know, people are gonna watch for that. Why shit on people for reacting to something that happened in a dumb way? Like, there's no way they think what they did was the way to go, right? Like, there's no way that, you know, making Robert Roode look like dog shit and ending the pay-per-view with sending everyone home pissed.
And wasting 6 months of storyline build-up.
Exactly, because the Bound for Glory
and then giving away the belt in a free match on the show following the pay-per-view.
In fucking less than 2 minutes, nonetheless. It was... We'll get to that fucking later. It's sad. Slip, I know you've been waiting. I know there's a big... I don't know if you want to save this. I don't know if you want to... Do you want to save this for Impact, or do you want to...
Yeah.
All right, he's going to save it for Impact. Slip told me, and this is not bullshit, Slip told me that this show is going later because he has a 2-hour TNA rant. So, we're in for a fun night. Yeah, Styles did... shit on Hogan.
I'll summarize because I have things I gotta do.
Yeah, he'll shorten it up, so we'll get, you know, an hour and 59 minutes. All right, so that's Bound for Glory. Not an awful show. I'm gonna say that. There were some good matches, but left a sour taste in my mouth. I'm gonna admit, definitely left a sour taste in my mouth.
And unfortunately, I think is going to be featured in a chapter of a book written by R.D. Reynolds and Brian Alvarez. But we'll leave that for about 10 years, and then we'll see if I'm right.
Mm-hmm. All right, so, and you know, I was kind of thinking, like, obviously, we're going to move on to Raw now. I was talking to Slip when I did this. I had a hard time coming up with notes for this show. I honestly did. Because there was nothing that fucking happened. Nothing
I don't even remember watching the show.
Yeah, Slip watched it and he forgot.
I've forgotten what even happened this week.
Nothing happened. That's what happened. Fucking, we had Cena, JR, and Cole and Diverly in the main event. That's the only thing I really remember. And Triple H getting...
I turned it off right about that.
And Triple H getting kicked out of fucking Mexico. Homer says Johnny wrote his notes in Spanish for this Raw part. Makes sense. So,
Dude,
you know...
That's racist. Wait for NXT.
No. Oh, God, I forgot. Jesus Christ. I didn't connect the two. Oh, my God. Jesus. So it starts. I think it started off with Laurinaitis announcing Cena, JR, and Cole Del Rio. Why? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna.
Why they think that people want to see Michael Cole and Jim Ross in a match?
Yeah.
I can't comprehend.
No. I need to. I want to ask the chat room and you guys as well. Del Rio and Ricardo on Raw. It might have been just me, but it didn't seem like they got a big of a reaction as I thought they would have. You know, they got it seemed more mixed than what I expected. I thought, full on, fucking Del Rio.
This is all post editing as well.
Right.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah. Right. Okay, that's true. That's true.
On SmackDown, he got a pretty positive reaction.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Because on SmackDown, he got a big pop, but I don't know if that's how much that has to do with. I mean, if they could have canned it for this show too, because this was taped. So.
They canned it because no one watches SmackDown. So they didn't care.
We do now, sadly. No. And then everything else I don't give a shit about. Miz Punk had a good match, and then Triple H got kicked the fuck out of Mexico.
And the end.
And that was it.
Okay. Whole lot of nothing.
And Swagger...
Like I told Johnny, I'm just going to go off what happened from about 2 months ago and assume it's right. So Triple H was the COO, and,
Yes.
Cena, Punk, Del Rio, Miz, R-Truth had a combination of a match. Air Boom defeated someone in a tag team match, more than likely. Ziggler was awesome. Vicky was loud. Swagger was American. Mason Ryan was foreign. And the women sucked. Am I close?
That's pretty fucking accurate, actually. From what I remember, yeah.
The one thing that I thought was kind of like weird this week, they were like, "Oh, Mexico, Mexico, Mexico," and there were flags everywhere, which is fine because they do the same when they're in other countries,
right?
Or whatever.
Yeah. Especially when they're in yours.
Yeah, I know. We've got like our own stage.
I know they put fucking, they put like fucking the TARDIS and shit.
Put it on the stage.
Yeah, put the fucking TARDIS and
what
shit.
What really got me was like when they were showing upcoming matches and stuff. It was like all in Spanish, and then they translated it to English.
One thing I thought was fucking great was Swagger just being super pro-America, which is a given, but him doing the national anthem like twice is fucking tremendous.
You can be serious for a minute.
And then the main event that I didn't watch, it was on. I don't remember it.
I think I remember changing the internet stream.
Did JR pick up the win? Is that what happened?
I think so. I think it was with the STF.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't give a fuck about any of that. How does that make me hyped for Cena Del Rio Last Man Standing?
Not in the least,
exactly.
does it?
No, not at all, man.
It makes me hyped never to go to Mexico.
This is the this is the go home show. Vengeance is tomorrow, and that's what we get to end the show. We get fucking a stupid tag match.
Oh, the ankle lock. Okay.
JR made Cole tap to the ankle lock. Okay, yeah. It's Last Man Standing. See, Ramikun doesn't even know that it's Last Man Standing. That's how much it's not.
I didn't know it was Last Man Standing match.
Yeah, no one knows because they don't fucking tell you.
No reaction for whenever Cena Del Rio is announced. There's no reaction from the match types announced.
Yeah, this was a stupid week in wrestling, man. It gives us a lot to complain about. Speaking of Raw news, the 1000th episode of Raw will take place July 30th, 2012. That's fucking crazy. I didn't realize that.
And then the world will end.
That's a big fucking milestone, man. 1,000 episodes. Speaking of future episodes of Raw, they've already announced when fucking Foley and Rock are coming back.
Yep.
Have they?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
They're going to be in Boston, I believe it was.
Yeah, I don't have the date with me. I'll look it up real quick.
That's so great.
Yeah, Rock and Foley are coming back. Already announced and all, which is fucking cool as hell. I'm not sure what Rock's going to do, Foley being there. I'm more interested in Foley than Rock.
Yeah, same here.
Absolutely.
Not
really WWE now have the task of building Mick Foley back up to the superstar level that he was before TNA.
Exactly. Someone said November 13th. It's the 14th. November 14th, I believe, in Boston. Yeah. Yeah. So that's cool.
So that's heading
Not
into Survivor Series.
Yeah, not to mention it's Cena's hometown, so The Rock's gonna be there and stuff. Hopefully, Foley beats the fuck out of both of them, and then we'll just have a Sacco party or some shit.
Foley brings in Dean Ambrose and CM Punk, and it's just a big party.
Hell yeah. But yeah, that's seriously all that I remember from Raw. I'm not kidding. Like,
That's about it.
does anyone in the chat think there was anything else important to bring up? Like, if there's anything you guys want us to bring up about Raw, feel free to let us know about it.
I feel as though if I just read the chat for the last 5 minutes, I'd have learned more about Raw than anything.
Yeah.
Just like comments like "Have a nice day"
Yeah.
and "Did you hear about Swagger?"
Yeah, it's.
Yes, Ryder's
We'll talk about
U.S. title shot.
We're gonna talk about Vengeance for sure. We're gonna run down the card and stuff. Yeah, nothing. Ryder burying. Okay, Ryder beating Swagger.
Henry crushed Morrison. I'm interested in that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that did happen.
The shit out of
Oh, he
Morrison,
did it
though.
on SmackDown too, which is fucking
Yeah.
awesome. We'll talk about that because I'm hyped about talking about
I know
that.
it's not in the notes, but
Yeah.
people just as a random note, go to WWEshop.com, look at the Morrison action figure,
Yeah,
and look at the shirt it's wearing.
yeah. Do you want me to get that picture real quick?
Could you please? Did you
Yeah,
have the
hold on,
link
because
still?
you guys got to see this because first I don't think I've seen this shirt. I don't know where this shirt came from. Where is it? Here it is. I'm gonna save this real quick, guys. We on our first episode we talked about how bad Morrison's fucking shirt was.
fucking the worst
Fucking
shirt.
terrible. It's the worst shirt in the world. It's awful. And then Slip sends me this like literally like an hour ago, and I'm like, where the hell? Like, I don't know if it was an old shirt of his or what. Here it is.
I've never seen this shirt
If you
before
guys can
in my
see,
life.
if you guys can see this, it's kind of hard to see on the screen, but it's you can tell it's not the fucking eat your lunch shirt. It's like even from this distance, it looks cooler, on a fucking action figure. I don't know what shirt that
Weird.
is.
I don't recognize that at all.
It's his head, that stupid head, on
Yeah.
top of a soldier or someone carrying a gun
Yeah.
in front of what looks like the White House.
Yeah.
With his face kind of ingrained over it.
Yeah, and it looks way cooler. You've seen the shirt before, younger rapper? Has it been sold or is it just? I've never seen it.
Never seen that shirt.
I don't know if it says anything on the back. The pictures that they have here don't
there's
show
no
that.
pictures for it.
But it's weird. If they put that shirt out instead of the one they did, I don't think we'd have a problem because this actually looks presentable. I wouldn't look like a fucking maybe I would because it's a John Morrison shirt. It's a John Morrison shirt, so if I'm wearing that, then I'm bad as in general. But you know what I mean, right? Like it's
At least people wouldn't be questioning your mental state for wearing
exactly.
it.
But yeah, as someone mentioned, Swagger lost to Ryder in about like 2 minutes.
A TNA main event quality match.
And some people were kind of pissed about it. They were like, "Oh, Swagger got squashed." I don't think it was a squash. I think it was just put Ryder over for the pay-per-view. That's really all I say. I don't think
It
Swagger's
wasn't a squash. It was just a complete and total burial. Get it right, guys.
Fuck you. I don't think Swagger is gonna lose to Yoshitatsu next week or anything like that.
I can't wait to see that happen next week and how pissed off you're going to be.
I'm gonna be so upset if that happens. How do you feel about Dolph being double booked for Vengeance? Asked Jeds. We'll talk about that when we run down the Vengeance card. So yeah, I think that's it for Raw. Really,
I'm still waiting for Toto Americano. Just saying.
uninterested. Oh, someone found the shirt. Oh wow, it says it only takes one on the back. Here, let me get this up on the screen for you guys.
What the fuck?
Where the hell was that sold?
I've never seen that before in my life.
Whoops.
Now that I look at it, it looks like a shittiest shirt ever.
Yeah.
It only takes one to steal your lunch.
Here, let me get this up on here. It's Here we go.
It looks like someone took a bite out of it, the White House or the Capitol
Oh,
building.
he fucking ate my lunch. I guess my lunch was the fucking White House.
The Capitol building.
It only takes.
John Morrison only takes one. Melina takes 5 at a time.
See now, now it only takes one. I can believe that more as a slogan, I guess, than because obviously this. I'm assuming this means to take over. It only takes one. But we're gonna eat your lunch. What the fuck does that mean?
I think that would be better as a McIntyre shirt. If they change it to "There can be only one" and give them a Highlander gimmick.
Oh my god, that'd be
Matches he has to
amazing.
behead people.
That'd be amazing. Yeah. So I don't know how long this shirt was sold for because it's not on WWE Shop right now. I don't believe, which is interesting. But yeah. So that was Raw. Really uneventful. Yeah. That's really all I can say. All right, so it's time for my favorite part of the week. Slip's NXT and Superstars report.
I've been looking forward to this.
Yeah.
Well, I guess since I got the news,
Yeah. So give us some NXT.
well,
Lay it on us, bro.
NXT wasn't filmed in Mexico City this week
Of course.
because that's where everyone was. Interesting development. Zack Ryder
Yeah.
was named the COO of NXT.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, he's just getting pushed ridiculous right now.
Oh god, don't tell me this is going to end up like it did last week.
Actually, no, it did not.
He's still the COO of NXT?
Yes.
Oh my
he
God.
booked 1 hour of Mexican midget wrestling.
Oh my god. Holy
it was
shit.
the greatest hour of my
God,
life.
I'm a huge mark for fucking midgets too, and I missed it?
Yeah.
And I'm a huge mark for Mexican people.
Oh my god, this is just what we should watch. Alright, well shit. That's fucking awesome. So who won?
The fans, Johnny.
Ah,
The
okay.
The fans.
Okay, that sounds,
The industry won by the
sounds about
sound
right.
of it.
So Slip might be a little bit upset about this, but I guess I'm taking a spotlight. I actually watched Superstars this week.
Yeah.
I watched it. Because someone recommended it.
I watched it too. I mean, I got my report ready.
But let's. You can do yours after, and then we'll see if I'm.
We'll compare notes, see
Yeah.
how we both felt
Yeah,
about
okay.
the show.
So
And I didn't watch it at all.
So can't blame me. They start to show up, announcing the main event, which is Air Boom versus Drew McIntyre and Michael McGillicuddy.
What?
Why?
Yeah, what?
Why did that happen? Like, did David Otunga just stop wrestling forever, or did they just need some
Apparently,
bullshit?
which is for the best.
Yeah, I guess so. Then we got DiBiase. DiBiase gender. You didn't watch the same show as me?
No,
or?
keep going, keep
Okay,
going.
all right. We got DiBiase and Jinder Mahal. I wrote down here on my notes, I like Jinder Mahal more when he was Muhammad Hassan. Which is true. It was an okay match. DiBiase has... I don't know if this is better or worse. He's now Smiley McHappy Man, average face, instead of being Angry McMoney Man. I don't know which is better. I guess for him, maybe Smiley McHappy Face is good.
This is definitely better because it means he's not on Raw.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not his
Therefore,
show.
I don't have to put up with it.
Not his
Hooray.
not his show placement. I'm talking about the character-wise, but I understand. Yeah, the match wasn't bad. It was alright. But neither. I don't necessarily think Mahal or DiBiase are bad. I just think they're uninteresting. I don't care about them.
I think Mahal's bad.
Do you really? Like, no, honestly though,
I'm just saying that to be
No,
controversial.
I know you're being a big sack of shit, but do you really, or what do you think of him?
Yeah, you're right. He's just not.
He's
fun
just
to
there.
watch.
Yeah, exactly. Soundwave, do you guys know how NXT is going to crown a winner? Slip, do you know that? Do you have inside scoop on that?
Yes, I do. Well, they just finished wrapping up the 31st season, so
Okay.
in about 19 years.
All right. Cool.
You're welcome.
I heard that originally Byron Saxton was going to win NXT, but then somebody told the head of creative, "This Byron Saxton brother, he's not ready yet."
Oh, that sounds really familiar this week. Need a lot of that. Heath Slater's on the show, as I mentioned earlier, and that's the weird thing. And I know this is blasphemous to say, but I want to like Heath Slater. He seems like he has energy and stuff. He's he has a character, I guess. It's stupid, but he has one, and he doesn't seem like he sucks ass in the ring. He's just fucking boring.
There were a few short weeks back when the Nexus was in full effect.
Yeah.
Once Skip Sheffield was injured, more on that later.
Mhm.
It was like for a few weeks there, it was almost as if Slater was trying to become the number 2 guy in Nexus, and he was being a real weaselly, snivelly little shit, and you couldn't help but like him like that.
Yeah.
And then after that, he was just skinny guy who got the piss beat out of him every week, and it stopped being fun.
Exactly. Another thing I wanted to point out during I believe the show started out with Matt Stryker and what's this other guy's name? Jack something, not Jack. Maybe it is Jack. Do you remember LT?
Jack Popella.
Yeah, that guy. Not Josh Matthews is who he is. They started out the show, and then Scott Stanford and Josh Matthews took the rest of the show. They are really good together. They have a good chemistry with it. It was fun listening to them.
Those two are two of my favorite commentators
in
wrestling right now. They're just great.
Yeah, they're pretty fun. It was Slater and Santino. Santino, good shit. The best part of the match, Scott Stanford yelled out, "Mexico!" Just fucking screamed it. When Santino hit the Cobra, and Josh Matthews was the most confused man in the world. He just started giving him shit, like, by just yelling out different countries. He's like, "United Kingdom! Canada!" Like, just yelling out shit. And Scott Stanford was like, "Oh, you motherfucker." Yeah, so that was alright. And then the main event, nothing to really brag about. Air Boom and McGillicuddy McIntyre. McIntyre did good. I wasn't bored. He beat the shit out of Bourne, and it was fun. It was a good match. They went like a good amount of time, and it's a match that I wouldn't mind seeing on Raw. Surprisingly, it wasn't bad. But I don't see it going anywhere. I don't see the team of McIntyre and McGillicuddy to fucking stick around. I don't know why that happened at all. But
two random guys who happen to be there, I guess.
I guess so. And that's it for so Slip, was that what you had down?
No. I don't know what you were watching.
Oh, what did you think of the show?
But when Superstars, like
yeah,
silly Johnny. What really happened is just the most ridiculous show I've ever seen in my life.
What?
Kane came back.
What?
Yeah, and he lit
on
everyone on fire.
Superstars?
He came back on.
He lit the entire arena on fire.
Oh my god!
And then he said, "I hate Mexico." Then he jumped out of the arena and flew away.
How did they tape SmackDown?
Holy
shit! Did they have to move arenas? Jesus Christ! Man, you watched the better fucking episode. What did I watch?
I guess it wouldn't have taken a lot to fix the arena in time for SmackDown. I mean, after all, there were lots of Mexican laborers there.
Oh my god! I saw that coming.
They can fix that arena up in no time, right?
Absolutely.
Arena. Man, you watched the much more interesting. I guess I'm a big liar. I watched the wrong episode. I'm sorry, Slip.
Seriously, I mean, I guess I can forgive you this one time, but don't you try and steal my fucking gimmick again, because I will watch the shit out of Superstars.
I don't blame you for if that's what's gonna happen. I don't blame you for watching Superstars. I watched the wrong episode. I'm sorry.
Yep, you gotta watch every Thursday night on WGN Superstars.
All right,
Superstation.
I will. All right, so now we go on to more depressing. I mean, as if this fucking week of wrestling hasn't been depressing enough. We're gonna go on to something very depressing. For those of you,
hide all sharp objects.
Yeah, we talked about this last week. The Scott Hall E60 thing. Now, this picture is both. If you laugh at this, you're an awful person. So. Douche.
Wait a
fucking
second,
the saddest picture in the world. I know, it's the saddest picture in the world. Scott Hall's E60 thing on ESPN. If you haven't watched it, you can check it on YouTube. It's about 18 minutes long.
It's on YouTube. It's also on the ESPN website.
Yeah, fucking interesting. And the biggest story coming out of it, Scott Hall fucking killed the guy.
Yeah. He legitimately shot a man in the head.
Never. Yeah. So the story, if you haven't watched it, I'll spoil it for you. The story.
Don't mind if you do.
The story is that like Scott Hall was at
He was working as a bartender.
Yeah, he was a bartender, and then some dude was being a douche or something. This is the worst part of the story, but
would give Scott Hall a job as a bartender.
I think this was.
That's asking for trouble.
This might have been before or like at the beginning of his career. I don't think it was.
This was before his career even started.
Yeah.
Because a year later he debuted in AWA.
Right. Yeah. So he goes outside looking for this fucking guy, and he's gonna beat the shit out of this guy. And he turns him around to fuck him up. This guy has a fucking gun. Scott Hall takes the gun and shoots him in the fucking head. And there was a court case about it. I believe it was closed, wasn't it, or was he found not guilty?
There was not enough evidence to support it.
Yeah. Now there is.
Well, he can't be tried twice. So.
Yeah. It's like, wow, man, like. That's not really like you think of stuff that Scott Hall has done, and I mean I guess it shouldn't really surprise me, but him shooting someone in the fucking head wasn't really up there.
I know, I was floored when I heard that.
Yeah, and after that happened, I believe.
Amicron says then he flicked a toothpick at it.
Don't mess with the bad guy. And then I believe after the show, or like maybe the day after, Kevin Nash said that Scott Hall has re-entered rehab, which is fucking tremendous news.
Just hope it sticks to it this time.
Yes, seriously. I mean,
a little bit more spoilers for the story. It shows towards the end him and his son,
right,
that were estranged for a while. They get back, and his son wants to learn the business. But more
and
news.
It was like his son was getting in. Yeah, his son was like pretty much getting into wrestling to save him, practically.
Yeah. And news came out like shortly after that whole thing played on TMZ that Scott that whole reunion wasn't really that
long-lived.
Yeah. They're not on speaking terms, and I believe that his son is not training anymore. I believe. I think I read that.
I believe
elsewhere.
so.
Fucking depressing as hell, man. Like, because it ended on a nice note, kind of. After all the fucking tears and cutting myself, I was able to be happy about the end with happy about his son and him talking. But now,
nope, it's the week of shitty shit. So you gotta get the bad news again.
Yeah. So his son, they're not talking anymore, and fuck me.
Oh, fucking Christ.
Oh!
Do you see that too?
Deadman 1985 says, that's okay, we don't need another drunk Hall.
No, the one right above that.
Well, I know, yeah, I just wanted
his son's becoming a lawyer to handle his dad's next murder case.
Yeah, I wanted to get into both of those. Both mean, you guys are douches, but I agree. So, if you haven't checked it already, as Slip said, check out, go to like ESPN.
I'll get the link for it.
Yeah, Slip will give you the link real quick. I believe it's ESPN.com or YouTube. I sent it to LT, and he was a bitch and didn't watch it, but I'm sure he'll watch it later.
I probably can't watch it on the ESPN site anyway.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Because for LOL America.
Alright, so, moving on. Moving on up. Just a short tidbit about WWE Network. Supposedly, it's going to launch around the same time as WrestleMania 28, which is fucking awesome news.
I don't know if you noticed this week, they had yet another poll up for a potential TV show name.
Oh yeah, I did see that. Tell them about it.
The show idea is going to be covering WCW Nitro versus WWE Raw. Well, F-Raw.
Now, I saw they had a vote thing for it. Why? Like, why?
Yeah.
Isn't the name already figured? Don't we have a name?
The name is obvious, isn't it? And,
exactly.
And the choices were like Monday Night Warfare or like Raw versus Nitro, and like in the middle of them was the Monday Night Wars, which is clearly what everybody's gonna vote for.
Like, why wouldn't it be that? Brian, sorry,
if they even thought that was worth putting to a vote, I am ashamed.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. But more great news. The fucking Diva show is going to be called Heels on Wheels. That's fucking tremendous.
Or's on board.
Or's on board.
The Brian J says, I'm surprised you are excited, Johnny. I just feel like WWE Network isn't a very good idea. I question its long-term stability and how much original program they can really come up with. I'm more on the sense of I just want to fucking have a channel to watch wrestling all day.
The thing is, WWE, it's great if they make original programming, but they have the biggest wrestling library in the world.
Yeah,
they don't need to make original programming.
All I have to say is that a channel exists that shows nothing but old sports games called ESPN Classic.
Yeah.
It's doing fine.
Yeah.
I don't think that all wrestling channels are going to do that bad.
Yeah, especially with how much fucking footage they have.
I seriously hope and pray that we get WWE Network in the UK. I would be so happy with that.
I hope you get the WWE Network as well.
One thing I want to ask
I'm an asshole.
Fuck 'em.
Is it... So, I mean, with the whole WWE Network, and I'm sure this is, an easy answer, are Raw and SmackDown staying where they're at, or do you think eventually it'll jump over to this?
I get the feeling that they might end up being simulcast, maybe, at most.
Yeah.
That's probably the furthest it's going to go because of the ad revenue and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm thinking, because they make it.
USA Network and NBC Universal's paying the WWE for their programming.
Yeah.
If they put it on their own networks, they wouldn't make that money.
Right. Hypnosis pointed out...
TV is the most important thing they can do.
Hypnosis pointed something out. WWE Network, I hope, shows FCW. That'd be cool. I don't know if they would, but that'd be... I'd like that.
That'd be good. It'd create all kinds of continuity problems.
Yeah, but
it'd be
whatever.
good.
You know, WWE does that pretty well on their own. I don't think this is gonna hurt. But yeah, so now we go on to a couple new books that are going to come out in the future. First of JR is gonna be writing an autobiography, which I'm fucking excited for. I mean, I have, sadly enough, I haven't read like any wrestling books, but I've wanted to. I know LT has read a few. I don't know if Slip has. Slip, have you?
Yeah, I read the DDP children's book.
Oh, how was that?
I didn't see it coming.
Tremendous. What about you,
Well,
LT?
I mean, the DDP book, it wasn't a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
Good thing.
Tremendous.
Oh,
right.
all the DDP puns in 2011. This is the last week of It's Clobberin time because we're going to go kill ourselves.
Oh yeah, he wants it to be a tell-all book, and doing so may jeopardize his future employment opportunities. But regardless, it's going to be
But
fucking
don't you think
awesome.
he's going to tell about how he killed a man when he was 25?
Yeah, his name was Chris Benoit.
Oh.
The thing is, like, JR must know so much shit.
Yeah.
Not only just from all the little things he does for the company now, but from when he was VP of Talent Relations.
Yeah.
Oh my god, so many stories he must have.
Yeah,
I would
seriously.
love to read what he's got to say about everyone.
Not to mention WCW stories or any of that shit.
Yeah.
Bischoff and
A lot of stuff, a lot of good shit. I'm looking for that, and one that people might not be looking forward to as much as I am. But
Oh, God.
it's interesting because I believe that this guy's batshit crazy enough to just shit on everyone for like fucking a million chapters. Former WWE star Bob Hardcore Holly is planning an
Sparky
autobiography.
Plug.
Mr. Sparky Plug himself, called The Hardcore Truth. He promises to share stories that no one else will tell. Motherfucking Bobcore. That's right, Rampage.
No, keep going.
Hardcore Holly says, my book will be different because it's about life pre-WWE days and my perspective of the wrestling business. Holly told Slam Wrestling, I will talk about things no one has dared to talk about. It will be written in a very unique style thanks to Ross Williams, who I've chosen to write my story.
That's what I was waiting for right there.
Why is that?
There's no way Bob Holly knows how to read. Right? Look at the man. Look, if you have a current picture of him, get that tattoo picture up on the fucking
All
screen
right, hold on.
now.
Let me find that real.
That man does not know how to fucking read or
You
write.
can't tell me you're not excited for it, though. Come
Hell
on.
no.
Bob Holly going fucking crazy in a book. Like, his youth shoot was, pretty insane in its own. Fucking him going off on some people in a book. I wonder what he's going to say about, how he...
I'll be changing the title to Things That Piss Me Off.
I'm sure he'll talk about the stories of him and JBL fucking Brian Christopher and stuff like that.
Hey,
Oh my god.
Yeah, come on. You know what happened. Yeah, this man right here is writing a book. Obviously hasn't made too many great decisions in his life. Is the issue worth getting? I think it's interesting because he gets upset at everyone's fucking question.
Looking at that picture, it amazed me that Bob Holly was able to write his name on his contract.
I can't tell if that referee is in shock at the tattoo or if that's just a bad picture.
shock at the tattoo.
Oh, holy fuck, bro! Look how shitty that is. Like the other guy's like, Jesus, that's hurting my balls. It's such a bad tattoo.
I like how
Holly's kind of like, Jesus, it's only a tattoo. What's so bad?
the way the picture's framed on screen, it says "You are no" now at the top of the screen.
You are no Bob Holly.
Oh, no, Bob.
But yeah, so it will include stories on Cody Rhodes, Undertaker, Jeff Jarrett, Jerry Lawler, Triple H, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Steve Austin, The Rock, and Vince McMahon, among others. I'm sure he's going to tell stories about how Cody Rhodes tried to blow him and stuff like that. I can't wait.
Probably made Cody Rhodes blow him. That's where I got the lisp.
Ah.
It's terrible. It's funny, but it's terrible. And now it's time for some motherfucking FC dub. Yeah, buddy.
FC dub.
Now,
FC dub.
to start the show off, they do this thing where they pan around the crowd. And the first thing that I notice is this picture. Now, if you, it's a bit bad quality, but if you can tell what that is, it's a
Jesus Christ, that's blatant as shit.
It's a picture of TNA's Fortune, front fucking row at the beginning of the show. Wow. I had to do a fucking a double take. I was like, what the fuck? I went back. I was like, holy shit, that's really what that is. Unbelievable.
To be fair, that's not as bad as one time when Raw opened up and did the crowd pan, and right on camera, somebody was holding a sign that just said "cunt."
That's amazing. Like 2 weeks,
Did it open with the women's match?
Like 2 weeks ago on TNA, I saw someone holding up the white IC belt in the crowd, and then just above it, I saw someone wearing a CM Punk shirt. So there you go. This week's FCW opens with a random tag team versus the tag champions, and Slip had a good complaint about a couple of matches on the show. It was James Bronson and Calvin Reigns taking on Donnie Marlowe and CJ Parker, the tag champions. Slip, Slip, what was your issue with this one?
First issue. Mm-hmm. So, if you guys remember last week, we talked about the Ascension.
Yes.
It was a 6-man tag, Ascension against the tag champs and Derek Bateman, I believe it was.
Yes.
Was it Johnny?
No,
Curtis?
it was Johnny Curtis.
Johnny Curtis. Okay, thank you. And the Ascension pinned one of the 2 tag champs.
Right.
So this week, those 2 guys get tag shots.
Yeah. Well, Calvin Reigns did win last week, but in a singles match.
A singles match against Alex Kozlov.
I mean, I'm assuming that why they didn't do that is because maybe they're hyping up for it later. But I get it. It is kind of stupid. It was an alright match. It's whatever. It ended with a Samoan drop, which Regal called it like something else. I don't remember what it was.
A Tongan drop.
A Tongan drop. Yeah, that's what it was. Drop. I was like, Regal, stop. I have to admit, though, Regal was fucking great this week. He's totally on point. He's just hilarious. And a bunch of stupid jokes, but they still made me laugh. And then we get the new FCW champion, Leo Krueger, comes out. I didn't know he was South African. I
called him Justin Gabriel Jr.
Yeah.
According to him, he is the greatest ever South African Florida heavyweight champion, putting him there in a pool of 2 people.
Yeah. Well, he is the 13th ever, after all, so...
He is the 13th ever champion, so...
He talks about this promo where, how they have the Bo Rotundo, fucking big banner up he wants it replaced, so he has people come out.
No, you pronounced it wrong.
Sorry. He wants to remove the Bobo Rotundo fucking banner. He keeps calling him Bobo.
Him Bobo for like 10 minutes.
Fucking tremendous. Bobo Rotundo. So that's what we're going to acknowledge him as. And then Husky Harris comes out to a nice ovation, actually. FCW people like him.
All those 12 people were standing on their feet.
Yeah, I know. All 12 of them were like, yeah. And, especially the one dude holding... And the old dude...
The one dude with the fortune sign.
Yeah, and the old dude in the glasses that always is in the back. Fucking creepy dude.
That's Regal.
Oh, okay, my bad. And then Maxine comes out and like, I don't really remember what she was saying. She's bitching about something, and then she announced the triple threat match. Yeah, she announced the triple threat match for later on, which is Husky Harris taking on Dean Ambrose and Damian Sandow. So I was like,
this is the 3 losers from last week.
Yeah, exactly.
The thing that got me was like, Leo Krueger was like, "Oh, we're gonna go take down Bobo Rotundo's banner. Take it down. Put my banner up there."
Yeah.
And it's like, but like earlier in the promo, he was like, "Well, I didn't mean to injure the guy. I'm not being a cunt or anything." But then it's like, "But we're gonna take your banner down, not the fucking Kozlov one from 1992."
Yeah, I don't know why that spot is so important. I guess that's where the new champions one go, and that's where my burp goes. So yeah. Anyway, so then we get a thing.
Big Keys too hasn't hit the nail on the head. Lucky Cannon's banner is up.
Yeah.
Lucky Cannon has been fired by WWE. Get that shit down!
And then,
sorry, it really.
I don't blame you. So we go to a thing where Husky Harris is being interviewed by Bradley Pierce, saying about yada yada yada, and then Richie comes in and apologizes, like, "Oh, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to kick you." And then, and then Husky's like, "Oh, okay, fuck you," and then leaves. And then Briley interviews Richie, and then we hear fucking a scream from where Husky walked, and then the camera comes over. Oksana's on the ground, and Husky's standing over, like, "Get up, you stupid bitch! What are you doing?" And then fucking super kick by Richie to fucking Husky again. Obviously, Oksana is a douche. Starting trouble everywhere. I can stand Oksana in FCW though. She has a good role, I think. I enjoy where they're going with that. Like,
She's not been on SmackDown in a long while now.
not that I remember. She hasn't blown Teddy Long.
About a month she hasn't appeared, I think.
Yeah. And then we go to the chick match. So, and here's another one that Slip had an issue with. Leah West, a.k.a. Lance Storm Shitty Shit, taking on skinny Mickie James, Audrey
And
Marie.
that was even mentioned on commentary that Storm had trained her.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Regal brought that up. So,
I have the inside scoops.
so same issue with the first match. Leah West lost last week, and now she's getting a title shot. Why?
Yeah, I don't get how Naomi didn't get the title shot.
Oh, sorry, I gotta go back for a second to the Husky and Oksana thing. Homer says the scream was from Husky. I missed that part. My bad. My bad. Fucking William Regal making awesomely stupid jokes through the fucking thing.
He.
Good.
Matt Morlando or whatever his name
Matt
is.
Laro.
Matt Lara or whatever.
Yeah.
Said that the smile on Audrey Marie is infectious.
Mm-hmm.
To which Regal replied,
Yeah.
I was going to say something, but I don't think I should. and
And
then,
then
later on in the match.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. People like your voice better anyways.
People like the English.
A little bit later on, he was saying how Leia West was putting on a clinic, and Regal's like, well, I was going to make some kind of comment about clinics, but that's not what I was thinking.
Oh!
Did you just catch that, Johnny?
Yeah, I didn't hear that the first time. That's fucking awesome.
That's what I was about to say.
One thing that I want to point out, just in wrestling in general, but it gets worse every week somehow. Fucking devil horns. The fucking devil horns taunt that everyone fucking does. Fucking Bully Ray does it now. Edge did it. Fucking Mickie James does it. Velvet Sky's doing it now. This fucking Audrey Marie bitch is doing it. Who else fucking does it? Like, everyone in fucking wrestling. The JBL did it. Fucking,
Edge.
Yeah, Edge. Fucking...
Cena had a modified version of it for a while.
yeah.
Right there in the chat.
Fucking, yeah, that thing. What Slip put? The fucking... Lance K did it. That's right. Fucking... Nash did the Wolfpack thing, though. I don't really count that. But same thing. Lita did it. Fucking... I think CM Punk's is more of a Jimmy Snuka way. CM Punk's is more of a Jimmy Snuka way, which is why I don't
What
count.
hasn't Lita done?
Yeah, Ashley did it. Trevor Murdoch.
What hasn't Ashley done?
LT did it. I did it. Slip did it.
I have done it.
I'm
before,
doing
yes.
it right now, and I can't help
Just
myself.
fucking... Everyone needs to stop fucking doing it. It's annoying as hell, and I hate it, and stop. Damn it. Damn it. Okay, anyway. Antonio Cesaro makes his debut in an interview, with not knowing how to speak English still, but regardless. He's trying, I'll give him that. But it was funny because a few fans were saying, "Hey!" And I was like, "Oh, you know who he is, don't you?" Yeah,
He is very
he's very European.
European.
He fucking punked out Briley Pierce like 3 times, too. It was great. LT, do you remember what he said? I know you were laughing about it. You remember what he said?
He said something in Swiss, is that right?
It might
Swiss or German, one or the other.
yeah.
Yeah. And Pierce was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Would you care to repeat that?" And he was like, "Oh, of course, I forgot because you stupid American only speak the one language, but I know the 4 language."
It was fucking tremendous. So yeah, I'm looking forward to his matches though. His strong point isn't the mic. I think his promos are funny though, just for.
And Afro Bandito has a good point. He has Dean Malenko's old theme, which
Yeah,
played
that's-
after the. I was very.
That's what I recognized.
Yeah,
that.
very happy to
yeah.
hear that.
Dean Malenko's old theme. That's what it was. It's fucking awesome. And then we move on to Abraham Washington versus Peter Orlov. Now, something that I need to mention about this. Last week on FCW, Peter Orlov faced Calvin Reigns. He lost. Peter Orlov was a face in this match. He had white gear. He had action on his tights. He was a good guy. I think he slapped a few hands.
Yep.
This week he comes out full heel mode. Fucking douche, red gear, just angry. And Matt Marlaro points out that we haven't seen Peter Orlov in quite some time. He was on the show last week. We saw him.
He was on the show last week, and you commentated the match, Matt Lara.
Like, we definitely saw him in quite some time. He was in a match. God damn it.
This kind of goes. I just gotta say,
Yeah.
FCW has the worst finishes
Oh my god.
in history. And I'll come back to this match when I get to it.
Yeah.
The first match, the tag match.
Yeah.
The fucking Samoan drop.
Yeah. Exactly. Stupid.
That's a finisher in like 1989.
Stupid.
The second match, the women's match.
Yes.
Fucking the, I don't know, final cut if you want to call it
Yeah,
that.
the stupid Big Show move.
Just basically a reverse
Or a
DDT position into an elbow
Sorry,
drop.
the stupid Hurricane move. My bad.
Eye of the Hurricane, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Still, it's just basically an elevated elbow drop that doesn't do anything in comparison to some of the other moves done in the match.
It's silly.
And in this
That's how
match,
you-
how does it end? An elbow drop.
Yeah,
elbow
isn't
drop.
the in your face elbow?
Oh my
I
god.
hate that fucking move. I mean, The Rock, whatever. Abraham Washington really, and that's kind of why I'm having a hard time liking him lately, because he really is just The Rock. Like, that's his character. He's The Rock. And it's like, oh, come on, dude. As I mentioned last week, fucking hamster on a skateboard fucking returns.
Yeah.
Best joke, if you don't remember last week, William Regal made a reference to something. It was something bad. Do you remember the joke, LT? Like,
I think it was in the first episode we did, because it was with Byron Saxton on commentary.
yeah.
And he was saying, I think it was like, oh, you don't want to try and match wits with me. Your career will go downhill faster than a hamster on a skateboard.
Yeah, and he made the same kind of reference this week, and I popped huge for it. I don't like Abraham Washington as a face. I don't like it. I think on ECW when he was a douche and he was like obnoxious and shit, I like that. I don't think Slip liked him on ECW, did you? For some reason I remember you didn't, yeah.
I didn't care for it either.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Well, it kind of hurt the fact that his first appearance was with the Bella Twins.
Was it?
Yes, like
Oh.
the Abraham Washington show.
Oh, okay, yeah. I like that
Yeah.
show. I don't know. Yeah,
I think the thing that bugged me about the Abraham Washington show was in ECW, did he ever even have one match?
No.
Because it's like,
No, not that I remember.
why are you giving all this time to a talk show when the host doesn't wrestle?
It's funny
like,
though.
What's the gimmick?
It's funny though because every time Abraham Washington wrestles and William Regal's on commentary, he goes out of his way to mention that him and Abraham Washington killed ECW. It's fucking great. Which I told you, I believe that. I use that. I believe that actually happened, and that's how ECW died. William Regal and Abraham Washington ruined the show.
Well, Regal did it with, Kozlov and Jackson.
Mm-hmm, exactly. And Abraham
Washington did it by taking up 15 minutes every show.
So then we move on to my favorite fucking segment of the show.
Oh my
Tremendous.
god.
Oh my god,
god.
indeed. Byron Saxton with the Hood Rats. I don't think that's their name. If it's not, that's what I'm calling them. I don't care if they get a new name. They do an interview with Briley Pierce, Byron Saxton, with Naomi and Cameron Lynn. Fucking
Naomi
amazing.
was just Keisha Fabo, wasn't she?
Full out Keisha Fabo. Amazing. I fucking am falling in love with this gimmick. It's hilarious. I fucking love it.
I just love it because it's the most racist thing
It's
I've ever
fucking
seen.
hilarious, dude. Like,
Cameron Lynn's laugh is going to be a heat magnet if she keeps that gimmick.
yeah, dude, it's
Oh
fuking.
my god,
Byron
that was
Saxton.
so annoying.
Byron Saxton's reactions to them is awesome too. He's like, he has to keep them in line and shit. He's like, "Oh, you stupid bitches, what are you doing?"
Yeah, like Byron Saxton was like explaining to Briley Pierce why he's hanging out with these two silly whores.
Yeah.
And like Naomi went to grab the mic and he was like, "No, not yet."
Say no, you silly little stupid bitch.
Cameron Lynn, was that the girl from Tough Enough?
No,
Yeah.
no.
No.
I don't.
Okay,
Maybe she might have
maybe.
been on Tough Enough, but it's not the one that I'm thinking of.
Melina versus Alicia Fox.
No, that's
Yeah.
not her. I don't think that's her. At least I'm pretty sure because that girl was too big. Like she was bigger than the Melina versus Alicia Fox girl. Then we move on to the. No, I'm pretty sure it's not. Is it?
I'll check.
I think it is.
Maybe it's
Maybe
online.
it is. It didn't look like. Wow, fucking, she looks way different than.
I seem to remember it is because I seem to remember the internet like exploding with rage when they found out she'd been given a contract
Yeah.
anyway.
Ariani's going by the name Cameron Lynn. Yep, it's her.
Really? What?
Yep.
Oh wow. Well, wow. That's surprising then, because I hated her. Now I love her. Well, there you go. You guys are right.
Only because she's Red Kwanda.
Well, can you blame me? It's fucking hilarious. Yeah, you guys are correct on that one. That is the Melina versus Alicia Fox girl. There you go.
Well, like, what was it that the two of them were just shouting back and forth at one another?
They were.
Oh my god.
It wasn't "Oh my god," but it might as well have been.
They were saying it might have been okay. They were yelling at each other, or I can't remember now. Fuck, that's gonna bother me.
But, like, after they went to walk away, Byron Saxton just proved why he's so great because he just looked right at the camera and just went, "Yeah."
Yeah, the camera lens says, "Hey." Yeah.
I have nothing but praise for Byron Saxton. He's so great.
And then we go into the main event. Damien Sandow, fucking awesome team. Dean Ambrose, awesome guy. And Husky Harris, awesome weight. I liked the match. It was nothing special, but it was fun triple threat. I enjoyed it. Husky Harris picked up the win, I believe. Good stuff. No complaints here. So
I really like Damien Sandow, I gotta say.
yeah, he's grown on me, man. I like him.
His finisher is a sleeper, and I don't like that because it's not 1980.
Yeah, it looks
but,
silly, but yeah.
Fucking finishes.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah. I do like him.
Even Dolph does the sleeper.
He has
why are you doing that?
Like because his theme song is like all badass and stuff, and I can believe like he's he has a presence to him. Damien Sandow is is he? Is Damien Sandow Idol Stevens?
I'll check.
Yeah, give it a look real quick. I didn't know that. Holy shit, if that's true. But yeah, that was the end. Matt Marlero's fucking closing line. I don't remember it because it was so bad. Do you remember what his closing line is, LT? He has some fucking rhyme. It's fucking terrible.
Do you know, I wasn't really paying attention.
Oh, he's Aries. Yeah. Wow, that's him. Jesus Christ. But yeah, it was a good episode. So I believe next week we're getting Husky and Leo Krueger.
Which is Idol Stevens, so yeah.
Are we getting Husky Leo Krueger next week? I believe.
Husky is your new #1 contender to the FCW Championship.
Nice.
So he could be the 14th ever champion.
Ever.
And another, I get, not to, I'm not big on spoilers or anything, but I think people will be interested in this. There was a taping last night, and I'm not going to really get into details about it, but this picture, I guess, will say a lot about what we can expect in FCW in the next few weeks.
CM Punk.
I'm fucking hyped. I am hyped. Oh, it wasn't a taping?
No, it was not a taping.
Whatever, it's on YouTube. Fucking go find it, regardless. Fucking
Jon Moxley and
awesome.
CM Punk.
It's fucking awesome regardless. And I want to see... It's on YouTube. Go fucking watch it. But no, you never know. We could see it eventually in FCW. That's, for the future. This might be the future right here. This fucking picture.
And we could see it on a pay-per-view someday.
This Dean Ambrose, CM Punk. Fuck yeah. Alrighty.
My body is ready.
Yes, mine is as well.
My body is Teddy.
Now, moving on. Dolph
Hold
Ziggler.
on.
What's
Sorry.
up? Okay, go ahead.
Just one last note about FCW.
Okay.
There was about 2 million ads on the show.
Well, for the part that we watched, at least.
For that show you just saw the picture, there were 2 million ads for CM Punk.
Yeah, fucking...
Now, I just want to let you know, I'm on the site, and it's for that exact same event, and it says autograph session with WWE Superstars. Now, according to that ad, how many were going to be there? CM Punk.
Yeah.
Well, apparently Mason Ryan, Jinder Mahal, Ricardo Rodriguez, and Caitlyn were there as well.
Really? I think they might still be on the FCW roster though.
But they're listed specially as WWE Superstars.
Oh, really? Well, who gives a fuck about that, really, though?
It's like, well, no, CM Punk.
Yeah.
Nobody went for any of those people.
Yeah, seriously.
Of course not.
Unless they're going to get blown by Caitlyn, but that's another story. So, this week, Dolph Ziggler got some praise backstage, supposedly, regarding how he comes across as a star in interviews and how he's been carrying Mason Ryan. Totally fucking up into that, man. Fucking love Dolph Ziggler, dude.
Another person got some praise in the recent leaks, Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes, supposedly. Vince supposedly is high on Cody Rhodes now, which is fucking awesome, man. Two guys that I'm big fans of these days. And I'm hoping,
Two of the absolute top heels on their respective brands.
Yeah, I think so.
I have high hopes that we could see a main event run for one or both of them in the not-so-distant future.
I hope so, man. There's supposedly an inside joke going around that Orton was going to win the 2012 Royal Rumble, but Vince is going to change that because the Royal Rumble is in Orton's hometown. Which is tremendous. I mean, I'm hoping that's true because fuck Orton winning the Royal Rumble. Seriously, fuck that.
I'm Randy.
So I knew
Orton.
I knew you were gonna fucking cut me off. Just waiting for it. I knew you were gonna fucking do it. Another rumor going around is that colleagues of Chris Jericho say he's in talks with WWE officials to return to the organization for a match leading to WrestleMania 28. Holy fuck.
It's gonna be interesting. There seems to be a lot of returning old guys.
Yeah.
Well, I say old. Jericho's not old.
We get what you mean there, yeah. It does seem like, because if we Rock and Cena, and if we get I'm hoping for fucking Austin Punk. I'm hoping for it.
Obviously,
I heard that,
he's not gonna fight. He'll probably not have a match, but he'll probably be put through a flaming sack of dog turds. I don't know.
What's that, son?
I heard that Jericho was in talks with fighting a Randy.
God damn it! I don't want that to happen. Jesus.
That'd be the worst. That's why he came back last time.
Yeah, Crash McLeod says WrestleMania 28 equals WWE All Stars Night 2. Yeah, that'd be awesome. I would be happy about that. I know Slip's cutting me off in a second. Just waiting for it so I can fucking move on. Come on, you son of a bitch.
I know how you can diffuse it.
How?
The next show we're going to be looking at is TNA Impact.
Good call. Yes. Impact.
Orton.
Impact. Impact. We start the show with a Sting promo that lasts fucking an hour. So I'm guessing because Hogan's not a bad guy anymore, that Sting's not fucking crazy anymore. Is that what we're doing here? I'm assuming.
What's continuity? I don't even know anymore.
Yeah. He calls out Hogan, and they're all buddy, yeah, I love you, and you still got a chance for Hogan. No, he fucking doesn't.
No. Hogan hasn't had it since what? 96?
As Candy Addiction
That's
said,
being generous.
Candy Addiction said, I prefer not Crazy Sting. I actually, honestly, I was into the Crazy Sting. I liked it. I thought it was different for Sting, but whatever.
I prefer to just see him as being Sting.
What about you,
not being Joker.
What about you, Slip? What do you think about Sting?
There's no way I can answer this question without it ending in ridicule and laughter.
I was laughing.
That's what I think.
I was laughing in my mind before I even asked it.
Yeah.
And Hogan leaves. He's like, "Oh, thank you. I love you. I'm brother." And then Sting brings out
He's never to be seen again.
Yeah, we get fucking.
If only.
Dixie Carter comes out. Why is Dixie Carter on TV? She doesn't know fucking what she's doing at all. Like, I don't know. I'm assuming like there's no way do writers just put her in so they can get a bonus or something? Like, is that
Zero
how
has a point. You missed the commercial break.
Yeah, sorry. The 7 commercials that happened during this whole fucking segment. Dixie Carter's fucking terrible, and I hate her. And anytime she talks, I want to kill myself.
I can't help but laugh at the fact that it shows Dixie Carter coming to the ring.
Mm-hmm.
It goes to commercial. Mm-hmm. Then it comes back from commercial, and they're just standing there, and her music's still playing.
As if they
to think that they stood there in total silence for 3 minutes waiting for the commercial break to end.
That's fucking great. And then Dixie offers Sting like power in the company. Now hold on a second. I know it's wrestling. I know 3-month rule, whatever. But Sting fucking tried to kill Dixie at one point, didn't he? he choked her at one point. And he's been going nuts, breaking shit, fucking what was the fucking thing he wrote on his belt?
Deception.
Yeah, fucking deception, fucking trying to kill Hogan and Immortal and everyone. And this guy is the guy you fucking give power to. Like, why? Just because
I don't see anything wrong with this.
Of course you don't. You son of course you don't. You better book a better show, you fuckhead.
Listen, Bruce.
No, Dave.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh my god. Fucking yeah, but regardless.
By the way, they did not listen to us apparently.
Obviously not. Dave.
Let the talent work. That means 6 minutes of wrestling, right?
They did work. They worked a bunch of microphones. And then we have Kurt Angle and bunch of
Another
people.
commercial break.
Yeah, and 7 commercial breaks later, we have Kurt Angle and and he comes out while Sting and Dixie are in the ring, and then more. I believe I mentioned this last week. How I was like, do they dub in crowd noise during promos? Well, fucking this is a fucking example of it more than any of them. This fucking shit was loud. And there's no way that people were talking this fucking much during Angle's promo. Because, It's either they're really rude or they really don't give a shit, or both.
Canadian douches.
Yeah, exactly. So if you go back and listen to Angle's promo from, the beginning, a half hour into Impact, you'll tell how fucking loud this shit was.
You think he's lying, but no.
Yeah, no, really, and so we have Rude come out, and then we have Storm come out, and they do this whole spiel about the title matches and all. Rude is okay.
Making a very long and very unnecessary story, very short.
Mm-hmm.
Angle Storm.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it leads to. We're in the third commercial into the show, over 30 minutes in, and they're still talking. Come back from commercial. Kurt Angle telling James Storm to stop drinking on the job. Kurt Angle's a hypocrite. I was hoping Storm would just fire back with that Angle should stop drinking while driving.
Having sex with Rocket Khan.
Yeah, exactly. So we have a backstage segment now after we book Storm and
after all that talking.
Storm and Angle. At 45 minutes in, we have Bischoff and Immortal telling Hogan to come to the ring to talk instead of just fucking talking to him back there when they were right there. But regardless, 45 minutes in, and we have a match, but it's a chick match. Darn. Fucking dude, and I know Slip's been saying this for a while, but fucking Winter is awesome.
Thank you.
Her fucking whole deal is awesome, and I can stand Angelina Love just via association with fucking Winter. I love that whole deal there, the big dykey gimmick they have going on or whatever it is. I'm into it. So it's Winter and Angelina versus Brooke and Tara. It went a couple minutes, whatever. And then they repeat the angle with Jeff Hardy and Jeff Jarrett from the pay-per-view. Literally repeat it.
Same thing.
It's literally exactly what happened, except the one thing that changed is D'Lo pushed Al Snow. It's different. That's the only thing that happened that was different.
I don't think
that's the only time that Al Snow's ever had a push in his career. Thank you, thank you.
And show's over. We'll see you next week. Just kidding. No, we won't. But what were you saying, Sal?
I don't have to be here anymore. Bye. I said that I think they also switched that. I don't think Jarrett brought up that Hardy no-show to show at the pay-per-view.
Oh no, he brought it up on Impact though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, right.
He did.
I mixed my shit up. See, because it was such the fucking same thing that I got confused.
I know exactly what you mean,
Yeah,
but I'm just saying that I think that was the other only difference.
And I know this is silly to bring up, but I feel like it's gonna happen. Are we gonna get fucking D'Lo versus Al Snow on fucking pay-per-view?
I hope so.
I feel like that's what's gonna. This is fucking.
I hope it's for the European Championship.
Or the hardcore title.
Well, these young guys,
and I hope that D'Lo builds himself from Madrid, Spain, and Al Snow comes out dressed in lederhosen.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
It's happened before.
Yeah, I've popped for it before as well. D'Lo, I have a feeling that the D'Lo chant is going to lead to D'Lo working a match with Al Snow.
I hope it turns into D'Lo Brown versus CeeLo Green at next year's SummerSlam.
You mean D'Lo and Viscera? I think they've wrestled before. And then, okay, now we're an hour in. There's been one match, and it was about maybe 2, 3, 4 tops.
There's been more wrestling on this show than there has been on TNA so far.
Yeah, on our show, there's been more wrestling. Yeah, so...
We wrestle with our self-doubt.
So then we get a sexy photo shoot with Eric Young. Fucking... I will praise Eric Young to the fucking end of times. I love Eric Young. He's fucking hilarious.
Sexy photo shoot.
I do. It's in the notes, too. I have it in caps. Sexy photo shoot with Eric Young.
Do a calendar like Jeremy Borash.
Yeah, that's what he wanted to do. And then we have Robbie E. and... fucking Rob Terry?
Why?
What happened? Now, if please, someone in the chat remind me, did Rob Terry, turn and join with Robbie E before? Or is this a new thing? Because I don't remember shit.
It happened on Explosion or something.
Yeah, I don't remember shit from that. Robbie gave Terry a few... Oh, he got with him a few weeks ago? 2 months ago. Okay. All right. So this happened before. Okay. Well.
Trying to be like Zack Ryder in the Big O. That makes sense, actually. The yeah days.
Robbie got Rob T. Yeah, Rob T to join him. So, and then Robbie E says, "Do I look like an idiot?" And fucking just Eric Young just in a low tone just nods his head and says, "Yeah." And then we get a thing where Eric Young says, "I'm gonna bring my friend Ronnie from Jersey Shore," so that's gonna be fucking exciting. I'm looking forward to that. And I'm the Jersey Shore fan. I don't.
Jersey Shore mark.
I know. I'm the Jersey Shore mark. I don't give a fuck about any of that. So that says a lot.
Well, consider how much snuck he added to WrestleMania. I'm sorry, I couldn't even finish that word.
Well, this is like,
I made myself feel ill.
This is like the third Jersey Shore person they've had on TNA, I think.
Yep.
So
they had some Angelina chick.
Yeah, and then they had
confused reading the spoilers because it said Angelina and Angelina.
Yeah, they had Angelina, and then they had like JWoww. I think I might have that order mixed up or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
And
I think that's the same person.
And then we get Suicide has been taken off the roster. DX Sander asks, is Suicide still in TNA? No, he's been taken off the roster, so I'm guessing.
Taken off the roster, but Kazarian's still there, so we don't know what you're talking about.
So is Daniel.
Suicide's been taken off the roster because he committed.
Suicide Solution.
And now another match that went fucking nowhere. Gunner, who is referred to as Mr. Intense, runs away like a pussy from Abyss. Now, at first I was like, this is fucking stupid, but then
he ran with intensity.
Yeah. And then we get to the back, and like it's Bischoff and Immortal, and they're like, and Gunner's like, no, this isn't fucking Abyss, this is the monster. And like, I liked it in a way because if they're gonna push Abyss back to being a fucking crazy guy, that's fine. But Jesus, how many times have they done this?
All I know is that it felt like I was watching Davey Edwards. I think that's it. No,
Eddie Edwards.
Davey Richards.
Oh, Davey
sorry,
Richards,
and
yeah.
Austin Aries from Final Battle.
The same person from Final Battle.
Or whatever, the one where Aries ran around for 60 minutes and got
fucking.
nothing done.
Oh, it was Tyler and Aries.
Tyler.
And it went an hour with Aries running around for
I mixed up my indie guys. Everyone
they all.
can now
It's okay.
throw their stones at me because I'm a horrible fucking person.
They look all the same anyway. It's okay. Aries ran around for a half hour, and then the match went like 60 minutes. It was fucking terrible.
And Austin Aries ran around for 45 minutes.
Yeah. But yeah, this is
that match reminded me of that so much.
I want to like Abyss. I do, but they are making it hard for me to with how much he's face and heel, face and heel, face on heel. Like he's turned like 3 times this year at least, and he's face now, I think. Right?
Yes.
Okay. Just make. I'm not sure really.
Neither am I.
Now Velvet Sky comes out, talks about.
God.
I'm so glad that I won, and it's whatever.
No, that's not annoying enough.
What the fuck is happening?
Kelly didn't run out, Slip. You got the people mixed up.
Oh my god.
Karen Angle comes out and says "fuck you" and shit, and Karen Angle's fucking great.
Enough.
I love Karen Angle. Karen Angle's fucking great. And then Slip's favorite part of the show.
Madison Rain came out, so yes, it was.
And then after that, it was your favorite part as well, was it not? Our favorite women's wrestler in history, Gail Kim, runs in. Gail Kim runs in and attacks Velvet Sky wearing a dress that looked like her tits were gonna fall out. Gail Kim sucks. I don't like Gail Kim. None of us really do. I liked her in her last run in TNA, but she went to WWE and shit the bed. And now she's back, and I'm sure it's gonna be awful. And I'm sure she'll win the belt in a month. So, there we go. Anything else, Slip, you want to add to that besides yelling? Alright.
No.
Now,
it would be yelling.
At this point in the show, I was talking to Caveman while I was watching this. Caveman reminded me that Slip said only 3 matches were taped for this episode, which I'm like, what the fuck? I remember, because I totally forgot they told me that. I thought that maybe they would combine tapings or something, because, they do like 2 tapings, like they do it one day and then another. I was like, wow, fucking 3 matches on this fucking show. Unreal. We're 100 minutes into the show out of 120 minutes, and there's been less than 10 minutes of wrestling. Now, here, I don't want to be big on, like, wrestling, and that's it. I love promos. I love segments. I love storyline advancement. I love all that shit.
Done properly.
And I don't necessarily think any of these were that bad, in a sense. I don't think they were awful. I think they did push some angles and stuff, promos have its place. But when it's like fucking the majority of the show is fucking angles and like
What's
fucking
next,
promos.
by the way, on the show?
And what's next is another fucking.
And it's Immortaling. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's another fucking. Exactly, you do need a
And
good mix.
Don't tell you you're equally guilty of this.
Oh yeah, no doubt,
sometimes.
no doubt,
In
no
fact,
doubt.
quite often they're guilty of it. I mean, storylines and actual matches.
Yeah.
You need both for a good wrestling
Yeah.
show, and you need a roughly equal amount, I
Yeah.
would say.
But the thing is with TNA, the only reason I guess I'm harping on them more about it is because the whole Wrestling Matters thing, which they were pushing. I don't know if they still are. And
Yeah,
I
it was on that fucking board above the ring.
Yeah, I do understand, Omicron, that it's after the biggest pay-per-view of the year, quote unquote. So they do have to, rush some shit. But
Fallout or
it's like,
whatever.
yeah, exactly, the fallout. But you can push angles and stories with matches. That's not hard to do. I get what you're saying, Omicron. I totally understand. I do understand why there would be more angles and promos than usual on this episode, but it felt like there was too much. Like, no, I agree. Like say if I'm having a friend watch TNA for the first time, and that was the first episode they watched. They'd probably not they'd probably like, where's the wrestling?
Mm-hmm.
So for a casual viewer, that episode was fucking like.
Yes.
So, but yeah, it does have its place, but I felt like they overdid it. And that's the thing. Then we get a thing with fucking Bischoff and Hogan and Immortal and blah blah blah. Nothing really too special there,
And
same old shit.
Sting just happened to be within jogging distance,
Yes.
carrying 2 bats.
Yeah, Sting just carries 2 bats around with him all the fucking time. As Immortal runs in to beat up Hogan.
Given this is an audio broadcast, I do feel we should point out we mean bats to hit people with, not the kind that he might throw and they'd like fly and squeak and suck blood. That would be great.
I thought that's what we meant.
And it would
No,
even
he-
fit in with him dressing like the Joker.
Yeah.
He'd
But
walk around with 2 winters.
not what we were on about.
And Omicron, I do Omicron, I do agree. TNA does get shit on for some things that it shouldn't get shit on. I do think it has a worse name than it should. Like, I don't think it's fucking abysmal.
People scrutinize TNA a little bit more than they ought to, I think.
Exactly. I don't hate everything on the show. I do think there's some high points, just like Raw and SmackDown. There's high points and there's low points. But I guess with TNA, like, just with the, douchey cast of characters with Bischoff and Hogan, like, dirt sheets only report the ratings if it's a good show or something like that. Like, it's stupid shit like that. It's like, come on, man. It's fucking stupid. It makes me... Bischoff and Hogan really make me pissed about TNA more than, TNA actually... And fucking stupid-ass Dixie Carter. Oh, no, I got you, Omicron. I'm just letting it be known, because I felt the same way. And then, Bischoff's kid punches out Bischoff. I don't know if that's going to lead to a match or something.
Yeah.
Whatever. I thought it was cool. Actually,
When he gave the thumbs up to Hogan, is it bad that I thought he was about to give the thumbs down?
and Batista bomb.
Yes. And then Immortal just charges the ring and kicks their ass.
Dude, his kid is fucking built though. Like, he could be a wrestler if he's not training already. He
Shitty
could-
tattoos.
Oh yeah, it's wrestling. That's a given. I think you have to have a shitty tattoo to be in wrestling. I think it's a rule. But I thought it was cool. I thought it was a way, to get him over if they're gonna. I mean, if it's going nowhere after this, then why the hell are they doing this? But if I have a feeling they're gonna do
It's
something.
TNA.
But and then we get a backstage. This is my favorite part of the show, actually.
Yes.
We're backstage, Rude and Storm are, walking through the back to, as Storm's going to go to his match. And Rude, and Storm's like, oh, I don't know, man, this Kurt Angle, I'm not really prepared. And Rude's like, you fucking been prepared for this your whole fucking career, and does this whole fucking awesome speech. Like, and I was like, holy shit, I'm hyped for this. Fuck for this match. This is awesome. And I like it, they did it in a way where it's like Rude's not like all bitter and shit. Like, he wants his friend to fucking win the world title, and it's fucking awesome. And then we get what we got. Now,
Well, there's a reason that this was on free TV, LT. Because if I paid for this, I would have been pissed.
now,
Yeah.
I'm not sure how accurate this is, but from what I understand, this match was shorter than the Sting Jeff Hardy match from, I believe, Victory Road. Was that the name of the?
Yes.
Victory Road. It went 1 minute and 19 seconds. Now, I understand that Angle was hurt. That's fine. People are hurt. That happens. There's no other way they could have did this. There's no other way they could have, had... Like... Kurt Angle's been hurt for a while. We know that. Kurt Angle's been hurt for a fucking while. Why couldn't he have dropped it at the pay-per-view? Why?
Because Bischoff didn't want to.
Why they wasted 6 months on Robert Roode just to give the belt to James Storm. Why not build up James Storm for 6 months and then do that? If Kurt Angle's that fucking hurt, and I don't deny that he's hurt, but it's just like, or have Angle say he has to forfeit the belt and be a pussy about it, you know? Say, oh well, I'm hurt and I here we go, and then have Sting say, oh no, fuck you. Say have Sting go like, oh fuck you, if you don't defend, then fucking you're stripped of the belt. And he's like, oh well, before you.
I'm actually kind of surprised that Angle was allowed to be relieved of the belt, because as we all know, wrestlers work hurt, brother, do Jack, brother, not like that pussy Edge, brother, Jack, brother.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's this Jack fella?
One thing I need to mention...
It's Hogan's real name, Jack Dude Brother.
One thing I do need to mention, at the beginning of the match, when, Jeremy Borash does his introductions for the title match, which I fucking love, he looks so doped out that is unreal. I don't know if you guys saw it.
All those sexy photo shoots.
Did you see it, Slip?
Yes.
Fucking, he looks like he's on so many drugs. Him and Kurt Angle, must smoke so much, fucking weed before shows or something.
After he kills people's families, he just...
I don't have a picture, sadly. Damn it, I should have took a picture of it. I'm sorry. I didn't watch a stream of it, or else I would have. Fucking, just, here, let me see, here, let me look for it real quick. Maybe I can find the end of Impact. But, 2-second fucking match, dude. What in the world were they thinking? That had to have been called on the fly, right? If that's what was planned, then holy shit.
Maybe.
Because I'm assuming that because fucking Kurt Angle was hurt, that's why they went the way they did. That's what I'm assuming.
What's up, everybody? Tony Pizza
Oh my
Guy
God,
here.
this fucking what the hell?
What the hell?
Tony Pizza Guy. Who the fuck are you?
Get out of our
This
screen.
is
Get the fuck out of here, Tony.
Pizza Guy.
Fucking Tony Pizza Guy. Who the fuck are you? Go fuck yourself.
Extreme Tony Dr. Pizza Guy.
I can't.
Oh, no.
I can't find the video right now.
Hold on, I got your video. Maybe ish. Something.
If you can, I can only find videos of him winning, but I can't find fucking Tony Pizza Guy. I can't find videos of the actual. Oh, here it is.
Like that cheese.
Let's see.
That was weird as shit. I was hear Tony
here
Pizza Guy coming through my speakers.
Here we go. I got one. Hold on. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this real quick. But yeah. So chat room and you guys. I understand. The whole thing sucks. The whole how it went down. But James Storm is champion. What do you think? Like it? No? See, the picture here doesn't really do it justice. On my TV, with the YouTube quality, it doesn't really give it justice, or else I would show you. Chat room, James Storm as champion, what do you guys think? Slip, LT?
I have two comments first.
Okay. Go ahead, Slip, and then we'll get to LT. And then
One, this has nothing to do with the match.
Okay.
How many world titles has TNA gone through in the last 13 months? This has to be the third model,
That
right?
is interesting to know. How many title changes have there been this
the belt
year?
Eric Young had
Right.
was one.
Right.
Then they had the Jeff Hardy Immortal belt.
Right.
And now they have this one.
Right.
So
How many
that's
title
three I can name off the top of my head.
How many title changes have there been this year? For the main title.
Feels like it's been a lot.
What's the second thing you were saying?
Why? Why? How?
But do you let's say in the realm of Robert Roode or James Storm or Kurt Angle?
Storm.
Okay.
Yes, I think Storm's great.
Okay.
I like him. He's good.
Okay.
But just everything was so poorly done.
It does kind of degrade the win itself with how it was, how it fucking went down.
So where the fuck does that leave anything?
Yeah, I don't know. What about you, LT?
Anything. Where does that leave us?
I have absolutely no problem at all with James Storm as the champion. That's fine by me. And as we were saying, the company's ready for a new champion.
Yeah.
So that's a thumbs up. What's not a thumbs up is the weird handling of it. I don't get why they've spent so much time and effort building up Roode, as we said, to not have him. I mean, even him not winning the belt, fine, but then don't just take it away and give it to somebody else.
Yeah, exactly.
But
That's weird. That's bad booking. And then to do it in a 2-minute shit, pointless match, on free TV
Exactly,
the
like-
show after the pay-per-view?
Like, that's the thing.
What?
Like, with the whole thing, they did, Kurt Angle, like, the reason why Rude couldn't get another title shot was because on the contract it said, you know, oh, you can't get another title shot. Why? Why did they do that? Why not just give fucking Rude the belt?
I have a question.
Yeah.
If
I
you
don't
watch
have an
that-
answer.
There is no answer. If you, I mean, not really a question, but just a point.
Mm-hmm.
If you watch the match again, and after Rude wins, not even more than a minute after, Tenay or Taz, I think it's Tenay, goes, you talk about a bad week for Immortal, now they don't have the world title.
Yeah. Yeah,
like,
exactly.
it's less about Storm winning and more about Immortal just completely falling apart. Like, this, you know,
Right, exactly.
just happened that Storm happened to be the guy there.
Yeah.
So it just seemed like the way that they played it off commentary-wise was
Right.
just, you know,
It's, yeah.
it's just a bad Immortal thing and not more of a yay for James Storm thing.
Right. And I'll admit, I fucking love James Storm. I think he's a lot better than Robert Roode, but I
But he's no Chris Harris.
I totally
Braden Walker.
don't like how this went down at all. I don't like it. I mean, I'm gonna support James Storm's title run. I'm happy to see where it goes. I'm kind of afraid where it's gonna go, but
In the butt.
yeah,
That's where it's
I like
going.
it. Cool, James Storm. Just this whole ordeal, 6 months of build for nothing, just to give it to his partner.
And it's just going to lead to Robert Roode turning in like a month and a half anyway, so
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah, probably.
By the way, I love how everyone just went right into Braden Walker, knock knock, who's there? Thank you, in the chat. Thank you, everyone.
Supposedly there was a total of 6 minutes and 53 seconds of wrestling on the show.
A new personal best.
Yes. It is the lowest amount for Impact in the 87 weeks that the by the numbers guy has done that column. So, but the
unfortunately-
SmackDown before WrestleMania actually had 6 minutes of wrestling as well.
And
So.
LT has some news for us.
What's that, LT?
Well, for all the bitching and moaning we've just done, for all the tiny, teeny, wee little amounts of wrestling, it was the highest rated show of the year.
And I guarantee you next week is going to be the lowest.
How the fuck? It had to be the James Storm thing, right? Like that's what had to get people tuning
It's-
in.
Yes.
You know what? Bischoff's a dick about it, but he's right. Controversy creates cash. You know, you remember when Christian won the World Heavyweight Championship and
Yes.
everyone was expecting a huge babyface run,
Yeah.
and then Orton took the belt off him 2 days later at a SmackDown taping.
Yeah.
Everybody tuned into that show so they could be mad.
Yeah, exactly.
Same exact thing here. Nobody necessarily... Like, the spoilers came out, and I'm not saying people don't want James Storm, and I'm not saying that maybe all of these people wouldn't have watched TNA, but I get the feeling a lot of them watched just to be angry.
Yeah, it's and I would be angry at that shit.
I think the real important rating, if we give a shit about ratings, the important rating is going to be next week's.
Yeah, definitely.
If they
Like I said,
if they can keep that rating,
that's
that's
there's
good.
no way people that watch this show for all how much talking there was and think I have to tune in next week to see what they're gonna say next.
Want to take a guess? Want to take a guess on the rating next week?
All right.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
My guess
So this week was a 1.35 for,
Yeah.
for
Which can be
comparison.
rounded to 1.4, really.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with a 1.
We're gonna go with the nearest tenth then.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah. I'm gonna go with a 1.2.
1-2.
Yeah, that's what I'm going
I'm
with.
LT.
I'm gonna go with a 1.1.
Really? Okay. What about you, Slip?
0.8.
Nice. All right. So next, well, we'll let you know because we'll let you know at the end of the show.
Well, we'll know this time next week, won't we?
Yeah, we will. So after this rating came out of the 1.4, 1.35, whatever it is, with the 2 million viewers, Eric Bischoff tweets, "Ever notice how the shows that the dirt sheets put over get the lowest ratings, and the ones that they bury get the highest? Fuck you. How about that?"
Yeah.
Well, he would know because he's the one that put on the shittiest shows that everyone wants to bury.
Yeah, exactly. Like, is he saying that Impact's 1.4 was the highest rating of the week, not Raw's 3.12 or whatever it was?
Yeah,
But no, obviously, fucking Impact's is the highest one.
of course.
316, yeah, Austin 316. Yes. So yeah, that was Impact.
And I wish it wasn't.
Yeah. So last week we gave away a DVD. We gave it away to someone in
We did?
Holland, actually. Any news on if he fucking got that or?
No, but
Yeah.
here is a slight update for you. You know how we've been saying it's available for pre-order. We're talking chat room. We're talking about the Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart DVD.
Yes.
You know how we mentioned last week it's up for pre-order on WWE Shop.
Yeah.
If you live in Europe,
Uh-huh.
you can order it now.
Really?
It's actually available in if you go to www.silvervision.co.uk. They are the official UK DVD distributors of WWE, and they'll ship to all across Europe. So if you live in the UK or the rest of mainland Europe, if you want the Hart and Michaels DVD, you can get it now.
So it's already shipped for
First place in the world. It has already shipped out to our contest winner from last week.
Nice.
Hopefully he'll get that soon.
Nice. Just an update on that DVD. Bret Hart did an interview about said DVD. He talked about a couple things that didn't make the cut. Bret Hart says there was a lot of stuff that didn't make the cut. I think that maybe it was redundant, but there was more talk about Shawn's role in things, and he went into much more detail about his drug problems, which was what the excuse for his behavior was back then. That was not shown on as much in the DVD. That is fine with me, and I'm not complaining about that. Maybe it was repeated enough at times that they didn't need it in there. It was sort of said in its own way anyway. So I guess there's not going to be a lot of talk about Shawn Michaels' drug related issues in the DVD, but I'm still fucking hyped for it, man.
Sure.
And a piece of news that we found out that I'm fucking hyped about. If this is meaning what I think it is, as Slip crumples walls of paper.
Oh, so hope so.
WWE has applied for registrations on 2 trademarks, Ryback and Avalanche. Now, Ryback, I'm assuming, is going towards Skip Sheffield.
Skip Sheffield.
The motherfucking Skip Sheffield.
Fucking Sheffield.
Dude was a machine before he got injured. He's been injured for, what, a fucking year now, maybe? Maybe close to that?
More than
I
that.
have always marked for Skip Sheffield, right from when he was on Tough Enough.
NXT? Oh, he was on Tough Enough too, that's right.
No,
yeah.
he was on
Fucking
the same season as the Mouse.
He was the Silverback then, wasn't he?
Mhm.
Was
Silverback Ryan Reeves.
Yeah. Wasn't Mark Henry the Silverback as well too?
I think he was.
I
There's
think
nothing silver about him, silly Johnny.
Skip fucking Sheffield. Yeah, I wasn't big on him on NXT, but then when they did the whole Nexus thing, he was just big fucking monster, lariating everybody and machine. I was like, fuck yeah, man. Supposedly, he appeared at like his previous gimmick before NXT. He was Ryback. He was this fucking Terminator like kind of character. He was billed from the future though, but that's. I hope they don't do silly shit with that. Oh, Henry was a Silverback in ECW, says Homer. So there you go. But yeah, Skip Sheffield, good shit. Hope you fucking come back. You're not watching this, but I hope you come back soon, Skip Sheffield.
What are you talking about? Skip Sheffield's definitely in this chat right now.
Oh, okay. He's
Hey, you never know. He when he was on Tough Enough, he used to post on the Raja.com forums.
And he used to complain about everything, didn't he?
He used to bitch about everything. Yeah.
I know Ricardo Rodriguez did, or still does do that, actually. Funnily enough. So now, let's move on to Smack the Down. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Brett.
Yep, have fun with that.
So Del Rio and Rodriguez come out, big fucking pop. What I was expecting on Raw was what we got on SmackDown for that pop.
Yeah.
One thing that I want to point out that they did on Raw, but we didn't mention it because I wanted to save this for SmackDown. They for the name bars this week, we talked about how cool the name bars are, the custom shit. The name bars have their Twitter names on them now. I don't like it.
No, this is something that I was saying this to you last night as I was watching. I'm really concerned about the sheer level of Twitter pushing this. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's the big thing, it's current.
Yeah.
But it's a 5-year thing, you know how it is. Yeah. And who the fuck uses MySpace anymore? Exactly.
Yeah, right. When someone pointed this
will
out to me
Twitter
yesterday.
be a permanent thing? I don't know.
Yeah.
But then, later on, you get Josh Matthews saying, "Oh, Zack Ryder's trending now," or this guy is hashtag cool. It's like,
Yeah.
shut the fuck up.
Like one thing that someone pointed this out to me in the chat yesterday. I forget, but they mentioned how how they used to have the custom like websites for each wrestler. www.hhh.com. How outdated that shit is. Like so.
Yeah.
In 10 years when people try to go to like I don't know who would go to this, but fucking John Morrison's Twitter, and he has a different name now. How the fuck will they know? Or
yeah, it's like I was saying to you, if 10 years from now somebody buys the best of Alberto Del Rio 3-disc box set, and they have if they have the match from last night's SmackDown when he's in Mexico, so it's possible.
Right.
What are people going to think this hashtag shit is all about?
Yeah. Oh.
What's that? I hate when Ziggler says hashtag heel. That's stupid.
I don't know. I like that for some reason. I don't know why.
It really annoys me, man. He does these awesome, badass promos, and then he's like, hashtag heel.
Something that Tiff just sent to me on Skype when we were talking about Skip Sheffield watching the stream. Soundwave said, "Why doesn't Owen Hart watch Raw anymore? His cable got disconnected."
Ah.
And a power bomb. Or Bobby Heenan, whichever way you want to go with that. So Del Rio says he's the greatest. He's the greatest Mexican hero in history. I don't remember his name being Eddie Guerrero or La Parca. And then
I love how in the notes you've written that as a yellow text story.
Yes, of course I did. I had to. And then Playa Teddy Long comes out. Says, "Oh, Del Rio, you can wrestle, you son of a bitch," and play. And we have...
The promo was so weird and awkwardly written, though. Because, like, Del Rio was like, "Oh, I was going to come out and wrestle the Big Show, but I cannot because I'm hurt." And then Teddy Long's like, "Oh, player, you got to wrestle the Big Show." And then Del Rio's like, "Oh, well, I'm going to fuck him up, see if I don't." And then Teddy Long's like, "Yeah, that's damn right. You got to fight the Big Show. What are you going to do about it?"
Exactly. Like, it was really awkward. And then, fucking world's strongest motherfucker comes out, Mark Henry. Time for another Morrison murder. And then I actually liked the match. I thought it was fucking fun as hell. And then the end of the match, I think he did this on Raw too, but it stood out more to me on SmackDown. You know how in All Stars where like you can throw people in the air and fucking catch them? Yeah, that's what fucking Mark Henry did. He fucking tosses Morrison in the air and catches him in the World's Strongest Slam and fucking just kills him. It was awesome. Mark Henry, still the man. Big Show, fuck the Big Show. And now, and then we go backstage. Vicky and Christian are talking about shit, and Vicky's like having a hard time telling Christian how to say "one more match" in Spanish.
Oh, yes, that got me so annoyed.
Like, what the hell?
Christian was like, "Oh, how do I say one more match in Spanish?" And Vicky's like, one is uno, more is mas.
And then Christian's like, "Yes,
you speak Spanish."
Yeah, exactly. Fucking
You're
God.
Hispanic, you silly bitch.
And then that's where we find out that Dolph Ziggler is double booked for this pay-per-view. Has that happened before? I feel like it has, but I can't remember.
But I don't think it's with a mid-card guy. You remember that time Triple H had like 3 matches in a night?
Oh yeah, there was like 3 WWE title matches. Orton walked out with the belt. I remember that. Do you,
But
not in this sense though. I don't really remember it.
No.
Yeah.
Not that I can remember anyway.
Is that someone in the chat just said they pulled the tag match? I don't think that's true. Is it?
I don't think that. No,
if someone can
it's still advertised. Ziggler being double booked is that
was the whole thing. Yeah,
the story.
Yeah, that was the whole angle. I thought if they pulled it, that'd be weird as hell. So Ziggler's gonna be working.
I'm on it. I'll check it.
Okay, cool. So unless we get another word about it, I believe he's still working double duty. Which, if there's anyone that can do it, I'm sure it's fucking Dolph Ziggler, man. So yeah, good shit. Now we go on to the. Actually, hold on. Wait. I want to wait till Slip figure this out. They're still listed on .com.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So then.
Tag Team Championship match is still listed.
All right. Cool. So still double booked. All right. Now moving on to the mask versus mask match, which I understand why they did it in Mexico. That's fine. It's much of a bigger deal there than it is here, really. But you have a pay-per-view, like, in 2 days. Like, why not just
Yeah,
hold it off?
this is a money match.
No, but then again, they do have 8 matches on the pay-per-view already, so maybe they just were like, fuck it, you know? And just fucking, they didn't have any space for that. I love this feud. I like the idea of the feud. I'm big on the whole angle. I love the matches. I do think this match was better than the pay-per-view match by far. But I don't think it was what it should have been. Like, it was... You know, a mask versus match is supposed to be fucking huge. And... Yeah, they did do Sin Cara
It kind of wasn't.
I don't know if they did it for the name, but they did it in general.
It was a disappointment because I think they could have gone a lot further with this angle. I mean, I think we can all guess it's just going to transmute into Sin Cara versus Hunico rather than Sin Cara Negro, which is, you know, that's fine. But I liked having 2 Sin Caras. That was cool.
Yeah, exactly. It was great, and I like the angle. It's just the matches were a bummer, and I guess I was expecting more from them, and I know this angle isn't done, obviously, so we'll get more. But it's someone said
Let me say something about this Sin Cara Negro.
Tenacious Z
is
oh my god, that was fucking amazing. Booker T acting like Sin Cara Negro was the most hideous guy in the fucking world.
Look at him, he hideous.
Tenacious Z said tights versus tights match. Yeah, seriously, like, what the fuck is next? But yeah. So that happened, so I'm sure we're gonna get more. Wade fucking Barrett! Coming up with a new, like, tagline of the Great Barrett Uprising. Amazing. I'm totally fucking behind that.
He did one of those promos straight camera during his entrance, and it's, oh, that's so great.
Yeah. Why bar?
One of those earlier today promos.
Yeah.
They don't do those enough, and I love them.
And he praised Daniel Bryan and Michael Cole shitting on him for being a vegan. What a nerd. It's fucking awesome. It was a good match. I really liked it. Fucking Bryan killed him with his fucking elbow. I thought he really knocked Wade out. It was really good shit. Ending was really cool. Bryan jumping off, I believe it was the second rope or top rope, and getting caught with the wasteland. Fucking good shit. Great Barrett Uprising. I'm totally behind that shit. Barrett's a guy that I can definitely see fucking winning the belt. Like, probably not this year, but definitely next year after Mania. If not, win the Money in the Bank case. Like, fucking awesome. So yeah.